Back at it again with Esoteric Ebb. I'm a little sick right now. Got sick yesterday. So that's why I didn't stream yesterday. Still kind of sick today, but doing a bit better. Uh, which means I get to be home, so yay, but I also feel like shit, so there's that. Let's get back into it. Yeah, we're on day 3. We still need to go inside the tea shop. But I will put that off as long as possible. Oh yeah, it's raining. Alright, let's see. I gotta go do that. What's it called? Gotta go and see if I can solve that riddle by the Sphinx in the tavern. Ooh, a dream patch. Nice. What up? The Sphinx takes a sip from her barrel of wine. Little one, she says and looks right through you. I already know everything. Hey, can I just have this, if that's okay? Just let me have it, just a little bit, please. Just for a second. Uh, just for a teeny tiny second, if I can just borrow this from you, if that's okay. Oh shit. Okay, so wait, that's part of the puzzle. Okay, I didn't mean to do that. Can I? That would have been bad if she caught me. Thank you. Alright, what did I have here? I had, what was it, this, and this. Yeah. Alright. So I guess I have to do one of these ones. Ooh, wow. I figured it out. Alright. Suppose I can go through here and see what's up. I can't see a darn thing in here. I do like how a lot of your items you can see on your character, which is neat. A chest. Can I go here? A deck of many things. A deck. You're holding a deck. A deck of cards? Yes. A deck of cards. It feels heavy in your hands. You sense an overwhelming power looking at you. A voice in the beyond telling you, commanding you, to close your eyes. Why should I close your eyes? The darkness wins, you do as it asks. Or perhaps the darkness simply accepted you as its own, as it envelops the rest of you. What? The deck of cards is still with you. Should I draw from it? You could do that, but it is wise to not. Am I dead? No, not this time. But you have been moved. Ho ho. Open your eyes. As you do, you find yourself on the floor of the tavern. The Geno Sphinx sips on her wine barrel and laughs at you. You found it then. How interesting. In front of you on the ground, you see that fancy zinc container. The deck of many things is yours. Do with it as you please. Deck of many things. A legendary magic item. Many have been documented in various history books since the Gate War, but they are seldom spotted in the wild these days. Pick it up. An easy riddle. You receive the deck of many things inside the vault. Interesting, huh? Maybe you should draw a card or two. Maybe. The deck of many things. You've heard many a tale about this legendary magic item. The cards are enclosed within a fine zinc container. Holding it gives you an overwhelming sense of dread. Examine. You take out the deck of many things. It is heavy in your hands. One card juts out invitingly as you hold it up. Logically, you should avoid drawing a card at all. However, if you must, make sure to draw more than one. A poor start will grant a greater ending, but do not go above 3. The rule of threes forbids it. Is it dangerous to draw a card? Yes. Each card can break you or bring you fortune. I should leave this alone for now, because I don't want to die. The deck of many things. That is your reward, yes. But firstly, I must congratulate you. Well, very well done, cleric, for solving my riddle. It was a fun riddle. Fun? She sighs. Sure, I'll take it. She would have preferred, like, what a difficult and illustrious riddle you crafted, O great Sphinx, Ulysses. Alas. She sips on her wine. The esoteric challenge of it is the biggest hurdle, of course. And while I want to avoid inflating that ego of yours, little one, you do have quite the mastery over strings. But at the very least, some type of natural inclination. The tower's taught me a lot. That is very humble of you. She purrs out her next sentence as she leans in. Now, as for the deck. Yeah? Yes. I am destined to warn you, cleric. There are few who have drawn those cards. Some will spell fortune, some death. It is the biggest gamble of your life, and you will never know the true odds. What you have read, the deck of many things appears to have a 1 in 10 chance of major negative outcomes and a 1 in 5 chance of major positive outcomes. The other cards have various degrees of quite awful to decently good. This all depends on how many cards are in the deck, of course. If you're willing to throw everything away to grasp for that small sliver of potential, then draw. Otherwise, I suggest leaving it be. Once you do draw, or rather once you stop drawing, you'll return to the confines of the vault. How many cards can I draw? As many as you wish. But remember, several of them will either kill you or completely destroy your life. So I suppose it's more like until you draw one of those. Wait, do you know what all the cards do? Some of them. I've been around for quite a while, after all. But I'm not allowed to say much. I can just tell you some of the highs and the lows, fortune or death. Can I sell it? Certainly. Perhaps that is the only way to guarantee a somewhat good result. For yourself, at least. But yes, it is yours to do with as you please. What happens if someone else solves a riddle while I have the deck? They get the second prize, of course. A dumb Sphinx joke incoming. What's that? A date with me. Really? Stare. No, I'm joking. She lets out a quick chortle. If anyone were to solve it before we used it up, the deck will simply be teleported back, leaving your draws forfeit. So there's a time limit? Not in stone, but yes. I always imagined that was to keep anyone from just placing it in their own vault, you know. But it's not like people are solving my riddles every day here. You have time, do not worry. What if I go around telling people how to solve the riddle? You think I gave everyone the same riddle? That was one custom made for you, cleric. A Geno Sphinx original. Be happy, I put in so much effort for you. A bit of sarcasm. She probably spits out unique riddles like a copper press. Thank you for the info, I will consider it. The Sphinx nods. Alright, so... I wonder if I can sell it. That'd be quite interesting. Maybe I can sell it to the merchant? I forget her name, but the halfling. Let's increase my dex first. How do I do that? Oh yeah, that's the best I can do. Okay. Is it this, or... I guess I could have it as that. It is you. Beware of this one. She's good at getting what she wants. Nice tent. Thank you. It's an old rag and a stick. Priceless. That's a mean thing to call your gargoyle. Very funny, warrior. I'm sure Filler agrees. What do you have? Oh, okay. I like to save up a bit. Hello. Oh, what's this thing doing? Strange mushroom juice. Does that increase my wisdom? Yes. Is there anything here I can... No, I want my... I'm so wise. Thank you for the mushroom juice. Appreciate it. Who is this? A somewhat mysterious dwarf. The dwarf ignores you, whispers to himself, the storm calls to me. I want to see what happens if I interact with this guy, because he seems out of place. Let's see. Let's see if I can talk to this wall today. Place your hand upon the wall. Tell me your secrets. Nope, not today. It wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have mattered. Okay, let's see what happens if I try to take something from this guy. I don't think I have an item that increases my intelligence more, so I'll just see what I can do. Oh no, I got caught. Oh, he doesn't care. Okay. Well, it's good to know I can almost steal from people and have no consequences. Wait, why do I have this here? Hold on a second. You know, I'll increase my strength. I'll increase my strength. 25 in wisdom's pretty good. I don't think I need to raise it much higher. At least, like, when I'm walking around normally. Let's see. I already got the stuff from that guy. Hello, Lady Sagely. Perhaps I can become even more wise somehow. Uh-huh. Oh yeah, that's as wise as I can get. 16. She wields power you can only dream of, yet her actions betray her nature. Evil, good, is selfishness for one's own tribe the defining trait? Yeah, those are some crazy stats. For a goblin? Damn. She's doing something right. Cleric, why are you walking around alone? After greeting with a barking tone, she turns to Snell. Why is he walking around alone? I was looking for Snell. I'm very lonely. Well, he is right here, so go speak with him. I assumed we were going to sleep for the day. Just do your job, Cleric. She hisses at you from her wooden throne. Okay, shiver and leave. Morning, Cleric. The goblin rubbed his eyes. You ready to head out? Snell joined the party. I usually head out about this time, so yeah, I'm ready. Snell has joined your party. Okay, let's see. Oh, there's some. Did you just rip those mushrooms out of the pot? Why did you do that? What? It was cultivated there. It was a potted mushroom. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Wow, sure, you know what you were doing. Pure evil. Nature is yours to mold. Someone worked hard cultivating those, and now you've just taken them. Stop with the sermon by the gods. To put these plants to better use, just take whatever you want. Can I put them back? No, you have to live with it. Literally no one will care. I guess so. It says there's other stuff over there that I can take. Mage hand. Okay, well I guess I gotta go by myself. Because it's stuck over there. Ooh, apples, my favorite. Tending to the garden, be back after lunch. A tunnel to Central Tolstad. I think that's where I want to go. Yeah. This guy. I don't think I can get that much more charismatic. Oh, here we go. Alright. Let's see how much I can learn about this guy. No! Oh, let's go. The more you stare into those deranged eyes of his, the more you understand. He is not full of hatred from some idealistic version of the future. He does not view the future of Ascani as a goblin paradise. All he wants, entirely due to some personal vendetta fueled by sociopathy, is to erase humans from existence. Gold. Yeah, he's got some good stats. Well, you know. Hopefully he doesn't succeed. Yeah, there you go, that's what I wanted. Fuck off, you. Okay. Rude. Is Gang in here? Gang is in here. Alright. I got something to report. As you enter the sweaty apartment with the ink cartridges in hand, you encounter a rock in a hard place. The rock being a red-faced dwarf and the hard place being the unyielding stubbornness of a teenage girl. You'll ruin a decade's worth of goodwill. The dwarf slaps a newspaper page against his massive forehead. For what? Forward slapping is a dwarven national pastime. Oh. The girl snatches it from the dwarf's hand. Show me. Show me a single thing that's false. I dare you. It's not truth or falsehood that matters. It's the content, the message. It's... I'm not gonna say that. I do not want to put myself through that. The dwarf mutters to himself, noticing you approach. Mr. Cityman? Am I interrupting something? No. She takes a step towards you and quickly grabs a set of ink cartridges. Look, Alphonse, the cleric just allowed us to reach the entire city. She holds up the paper to his rocky face. They need to hear this. I got access to the warehouse. It was pretty hard, I had to. Do you know how much the palace would love to see an article like that? Do not put me in a position where I have to tell the foreman to denounce the chant. For folk. Bah! Step in. Solving this conflict will be a good finish to this fetch quest. I feel like I need to step in here. Do you now? The dwarf growls. He then takes a deep breath, rubbing his eyes. I apologize. We're having an issue. He mutters. Mr. Cityman, please enlighten us. What is the law say on criminal incitement, specifically in print media? It's a maze of rules, few of them well written. Practically, it's always an it depends. Give me a practical example. As in, what if someone printed a newspaper calling for a violent uprising? Depends on who enforces it and who gets enforced. Then I suppose that Greystone would be a wonderful place to die. Look, Alphaz, look at where we are. I'm in a closet with this goddamn esoteric mess of a machine blowing hot air at my ass. The city already guts us at every turn, the protests at the towers, your PPG problem, that bullshit with the Silkers Guild. They will never work with us. Now's our only chance. We have the people's attention. It's time to drill it into their heads that they have the power here. You're missing the entire picture, girl. It's belittling to call her a girl like that. Bah! He crosses his arms. You're correct. The people have power here. And we will use that power responsibly by creating lasting, lawful change. If you keep running with violent revolution, the average person will think you're crazy. And even worse if you push for all this other socio-relation crap. Crap? What? Is feminism also just an ignorant reworking of Asgal's ideals? No, it's... The dwarf takes a deep breath. You know I am very much in favor of pressing down hierarchies, but it puts such a threatening stance on the way people have lived for centuries. It's not wise. It's not wise to tell people, women, and oppressed minorities that they should have rights. They have rights. We have universal suffrage. Norvik is the most egalitarian city on the coast. We've spent decades working for that. Universal suffrage, sure. But 9 out of 10 guild leaders and business owners are human men. She taps her fingers to list off her talking points. Women earn lower salaries across all work sectors. Citizenship is withheld from other folk types on the basis of so-called monstrous traits. Halflings are constantly extradited to the Horde, while every major faction ignores their pleas. Mind control being used somehow as a legal tool of the state. And despite the outcalls over and over again, none of the four folk have even begun to address any of our core demands. And don't even get me started on rights among MGIs with the Fembeard debacle, or your refusal to stand by all our... She taps her index finger against its chest with every word. Cross. Folk. Attraction. Couples. Stare at them both. We have toiled, Modisa, he mutters, his voice weak and dry. Decades of work, all to reach this point. You'll throw it all away if you try to play their game. You know the party is not behind you in half of these ideas. The party doesn't have vision, that's why we're not winning. We have as many voters as the Free Striders, potential for more. You think the numbers matter? After all you've seen, they don't care. We will make them care. Bah! The dwarf takes a step back to catch its breath. All the other workers in the apartment just seem to go along as per usual. This must be a common occurrence. Uh, all this over a single article? Yes, they say in unison. Ah, take a step away with Alphas. Explain. He appears to calm down and shakes his head. She's bright, but she's in over her head here. If she prints that article in the election issue, I'm certain there will be a fallout. And it's not just that I have to deal with it, that I have to deal with personally. I'm fine with that, it's my job. If she pushes the chant too far from the party line, we'll have to distance ourselves officially. Will this article really do that much harm? I'm sure of it. We already get criticized for various incidents in Asgil youth protests. We're towing a line here, carefully. I won't allow that to be printed. I can't. Go to Modisa. Tell me what's going on. An article. That's it. She holds it up. It's a test page to see the article in action before putting in the issue. Skim the article. We Built This City is the name. It's an emotional and moving page op about recent events in the future of the Workers' Party. The author weaves in arguments with city corruption with a call to action. A direct call for the workers of the city to not let the Free Striders corrupt Norvik into becoming another oppressive free city, where wealth is consolidated into the hands of the few while the many struggle to survive. Then it gives a list of what almost looks like demands on several wide-ranging important topics, from the Golden Line and Guild Union membership fees to social acceptance of cross-folk relations and more. It also contains a striking subject about wealth being extracted from the city and sent east. This does sound quite bad for the city. Her arguments are flawed, but rooted in truth. Can't you just be a little more subtle or something? We're past subtlety. The people need to know that Norvik is theirs for the taking. Come on, help me out, dear, will you? What, you want me to cast a spell on him? Oh no, gods no. I mean, it wouldn't work, would it? For a few minutes maybe, but no. She mutters a swear under her breath. The dwarven word for hells. Forget why Modisa really won't tone it down. She hates them. She hates how she's been pushed down by them all her life. She hates how powerless she feels all the time, every day. Every time she walks down the street and someone looks at her funny. Every time someone asks when she's going to grow up and start a family instead of playing around in some Asgallus LARP outfit. You see it in her eyes. Hate and anger. Anger from endless systemic injustice. What are you looking at? She says with a scoff. It's your choice. You don't need this article, Modisa. The system is unfair, yes, but don't trust Alphas to change it. Change it yourself. She stares at you. If you publish this, they'll push you out, and everyone like you. Your voices will be silenced in the years to come. Instead, speak out slowly, bit by bit, until your ideas are accepted as the truth. She clicks her tongue and looks over to Alphas with a frown. Then she glares at you. Not today, but tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow. Fine. I'll change it. I'll rewrite the article. Thank you, the dwarf says and closes his eyes. He looks extremely relieved, but I'm not happy about it. I am sorry, but really, thank you, Modisa. Alphas goes over to his comrades to begin the final process on the machines. She grunts out, You had the ink, right, Mr. Cleric? Hand her the ink. She quickly looks it over with a stern face. Green? Really? They didn't have any black. Well, shit. I'll mix it out with what we have. Should make it readable still. Green is at least thematically relevant. She shrugs. Then Modisa pours it into the machine. Thanks for this. We'll actually be able to reach that last portion of voted before the election now. She sighs. And sorry for the mess. I shouldn't apologize, really, but... Her voice trails off as she stares at the components on the printer. It's an ideological battlefield. Keep fighting. She keeps working on the machine. Think about the orange ledger. Should I give it a Modisa? You think about it, an idea seems so obvious. Alas, it did not come to be. Why not? You are unsure. But you feel certain that this ledger should be given to those boys in the roller mill, for whatever reason. Your heart apologizes for not allowing you to simply give it to Modisa instead. It truly does. That's all for now. Thank you, citizen. Do I... Oh, I still gotta behold her. Okay, where's this? There we go. Behold! 25, nice. Chaotic neutral. She does not believe in Asgalism, not truly, for she happens to be one of those people who does not see any rules upon the urban sprawl and cultural battlefields as worthy of respect. She does not believe anything can be pinned down into an ideology. That belief itself, that is her true ideology, even if she does not know it yet. Interesting. Simi and the boys. Let's go. Neutral good. Those are some good stats. Simi, the right-hand man of Alphaz, wants to be his own man, but simply cannot. Not just his own skin, but those who depend on him in his eternal devotion as well. It's painfully difficult to dislike him. Speak to him. Mr. Cityman, you see a throng of doors shuffling around inside the tiny apartment. The smell of already read this before. Do you think it was smart to cool down the radical stuff in the chant? Yes, I do believe it was for the best. Humans do have a very different perspective from dwarves, and that's important to remember. But the party's current manifesto focuses on collaboration and guild organization. Calling for some kind of uprising, even an economic one, would be very disruptive towards that goal. But at the same time, with the projected power and united strength of the workers, all the workers, can we truly win the hearts of the Norvikians? Dwarf shrugs. We'll see once the votes are cast. He sounds like a man who knows very little but feels very much. But we will not forget the help you gave us with this ink. Without you, large parts of the city would be without the Asgalian chant. He hands you a large belt encrusted with Dwarven iconography. Thanks, but I don't think I can wear this. Bah, just throw it over your shoulder, cleric. It is proof of your dwarfness. Be proud. Tira, thanks. All the dwarves in the apartment give a little applause. The cause is proud to have you on its side, comrade. We will not forget it. A rare magic item handed down through generations among the exiles of Norvik. Looking at its iconography, it's clear the belt's origin lay in the fighting pits of the old country. Dwarven gladiatorial combat was very popular before Asgal's rise. For each hour you wear this belt, you feel the hair underneath your helmet grow thicker. Does it actually... Dude, that's sick. That's sick. What do you think? Can I talk to you? Hey. Oh, yeah, I have to... Okay, I have to do these, feats. Okay. An easy riddle. Let's do that one first. A great esoteric mystery. A conundrum. The Millennium Vault. Guarded by a really riddle-crazed sphinx. There's no other type of sphinx, if you count the good ones. The secrets within were hidden in the darkness, but you saw the light ahead. That was a pillar. Of yore? Think about that big light you saw in the darkness of the vault. Yes, what other pillars are there? I'm sure there's many, but... Well, it was a pillar, one of the four, reaching through the earth through the coast, but it was entirely made out of light. That is its true form. It is not material in nature, but it goes beyond. Remember what the gods did, the true gods did, when they arrived in this realm. They attempted to destroy Yor, for selfish or selfless reasons, no matter which, that is what they did. But if Yor controls its gates, it only makes sense from the truly strategic viewpoint that those gods would be desperate to manufacture their own pathways, their own gates. The vault is a gate to the beyond? Exactly. If these gods had their own gates, then why are they shut? Why place a sphinx to guard this one? Why place a, relatively speaking, simple magic item inside? As some type of reward. It does not appear reasonable. Maybe someone else took over the vault when the outer gods were forced out? If that is the case, and this gate is used as some type of storage facility, that would be rather silly. Then again, it is currently used as a permanent storage facility for that deck of many things, which is rather silly. Gods can be pretty silly after all. They can. Gods are just as flawed as their followers. Considering the religious nut jobs you've met, that's a horrifying realization. What if Ulysses is just fucking around? She could have been abandoned by her gods, left alone in a world without purpose. She could have gone insane, coping via riddles while helming this role as guardian of this vault, a vault without a master. However, this appears very unlikely. Her role may very well be self-appointed, but you collected no evidence of her irrationality. Though she will clearly never share the truth with you, if there is another truth to be shared. Not now, at the very least. Is a deck of many things a key of some kind, a clue to the real nature of the vault? That could be the case. The deck of many things is an item with a very high degree of randomness involved with the outcomes. Whoever placed it there could have done it to play a proverbial prank on the mortals who reach inside, or it could be a test. If fate is to be the deciding factor, perhaps fate is the key to finding the correct card in the deck. Either way, your life is far too precious to throw away at such a game. Do not draw any card at all if you act in any way as smart as you are. Could I have actually gone deeper? Could the vault be an actual gate to worlds beyond? No. The boundaries of that place were tightly knit. The strings were all around you, holding you in place. The vault is a piece of the beyond. For whatever reason, you are not allowed to use it as anything but. I won't get any real answers, will I? You will not. However, if you keep thinking about it, you will eventually come to a conclusion. You are a genius after all. Simply keep scribbling in the margins, keep working on your esoteric knowledge, and the truth will be revealed. Honestly, this whole thing just makes it Honestly, this whole thing just makes it obvious. This is all about magic items. The deck of many things, sure, but also all the other shit you collect. You got one hell of a connection with strings, right? Well, maybe that visit in the vault gave you exactly what you needed to connect even more. Like a ley line hook. Millennia Guardian. Sphinx holding the beyond. Your body is deeply entwined, pierced, coplad. Enhance your body further. Drink more potions. You could also follow the tingle, the positive tingle. As your body collapses, your breath is lost, and your feet fall into the earth. Your healing will always be there to bring you back. Your magic hands, your empathetic, magical hands. Creepy. Idiotic. Focus on research. Power through knowledge, not by filling yourself with hag liquids or giving your soul to only positive forces. Understand it, wield it, master it. This is the path to learning the truth. Tell me more about Leyline Hook. Wear more magical shit and get even more in tune with the esoteric. It's not that complicated. Altars, ability score modifiers on trinkets. Ooh, that's pretty good. Tell me more about Millennia Guardian. Your body is a temple filled with esoteric flow. The effects from potions are doubled. For ability score increases, this only affects the first potion of a kind you've ingested. Okay. Tell me more about Positive Tinkle. Heal everyone. Let that become your mastery. Healing spells are rolled with twice the normal amount of dice. I have such low health though, and such high wisdom. Tell me more about Scribble the Margins. Never stop working, always focus on learning more. Your cleric level is doubled when calculating the amount of spells you can prepare. Right, let's pick one of these. Make the right decision now. Pick Leyline Hook. There we go. You're gonna look so damn fancy with all those stringular magic items on you. Let's see, which one can I get rid of? Shit. I like all of these, though. I guess get rid of Money Talks. Yeah. I can choose that later, but for now, I think this is good. Oh, yeah, my stats. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, look at that wisdom. Yeah, these are some good stats. Okay. Or do I really need that much? These are pretty good. Yeah, I'm happy with this. I'm so wise, it's nuts. Oh yeah, the other one. Copper paper, or copper press fever. The heart pumps blood to all veins. A fully interconnected series of stops, each necessary for survival of the whole. All stops must accept that blood. They can never be cut off or clogged, or the entire system collapses in an instant. This is the weakness of the egalitarian dream, as well as its strength. Unity in spirit at both rise and fall. Is this a metaphor? Yes and no. Asgalism was born under the conditions of twos. The first, a literacy of the masses created in various forms across different cultures during the Arcane Era. The second, a deep enough divide in wealth between the masses and their masters. Feudalism holds deep and fast due to the inability for its serfs to understand the functions of their system, to see their own shackles and how to break them. The more advanced governmental structures of both federated magedoms, parliamentary republics, and constitutional empires all grow partly due to their bourgeoisifying nature and modern city-state industrial developments. In this, some states hold up better than others. Some floating cities in Old Dimenor, specifically that of the Shadow Lord, would grant access to magical food to all the lower classes. Others would offer free education for all children, no matter their birth, in order to find those gifted in the art of the esoteric. Actions like these, along with the steadily rising quality of life, prolonged the spread of working class resentment. However, Roykfall Empire had no such luck. The kingly lion had sat the kingly lion had sat on the forge throne for hundreds of years. Their monarchical autocratic ways were roughly burrowed into every cavern and fungus farm and their population. Roykfall, the legendary dwarven family who ruled before and after the AFF. Today, their leader, Ketil Roykfalson, holds the Forge Stone and has managed to somehow keep the Federated Union of Halls intact. AFF, the Asgal Folkhelm Forge, the dwarves' old Asgal underground empire. Asgal Folkhelm Forge, the name of the official undercoast state ruled by Asgal Ashmask and its Asgals until its untimely fading. Through developments of the Arcane Era trickling down through the cracks of the earth, the already massive dwarven populace exploded. Within a generation, it doubled. Approximately 30 million dwarfs lived in the Empire by 440 AE, the vast majority of them living in absolute poverty. Starvation was rampant in times of rot and conflict. Heavy taxation mixed with little to no protection from monsters or raids meant that life for the serfs was hard and rough. It was in these conditions a man was born and raised, his dreams filled with one thing, emancipation, the right of every dwarf to his own hammer. That man, Asgal Ashmask. So the dwarves had been pressure cooked in wealth inequality for too long, while also having access to information about better systems, and it had been spoken of for decades. What Asgal did was gain access to books by banned dwarven scholars, gnomish thinkers, Anaran philosophers, all pointing him towards his own brand of a radical egalitarian ideology. Asgalism exploded with Asgal and his revolution, yes, but it was born as early as the Divine Era, for these dreams had lingered in the minds of all folk for as long as there have been shackles, and they have been documented about for as long as there has been paper to write on. Yet it took a walking god to push the oppressive regime back. So he wasn't a god, but he was a walking god? Asgal was a man, blessed by divine force. He was no god, yet it is true, despite what many say, that he used great esoteric power and strength to lead his revolution. What happened then? Many dwarfs died during the initial fighting. Many more died during the first years of the AFF. How many exactly? Millions. How many millions? The exact number is hard to tell. This is a point of contention for you and many others. Asgalism had a slow start. The dwarves quickly pulled out of the coast war, leaving the VK behind. But with that, many dwarves were put back into the workforce and reunited with their families after decades of warfare. Economically, they were unable to manage such a sprawling set of states directly, but the fungus farms and vast cavern valleys were handed to the people who worked on those lands, instead of the greedy nobles who once lorded over them all. Asgal took steps in the right direction, even as all the forces in the world pushed against him. It was worth it. If not for the AFF itself, but then for the dreams that sprung around the coast. Today, Asgalism in all its forms, along with the lessons of the Folkhelm, shows a brave new path. That of a softer Asgalism, that of democratic socialism. Democratic socialism, the even softer form of socialism, with a state chosen by the people which controls, or at least regulates, the means of production for the needs of its people. A good compromise. It is. The argument against social democracy in Asgal circles is simple, however. It does not do enough. The forces of capital easily consume and co-opt their socialist goals. They did just this in Salvani before it was taken in by the Freestriders as a free city. Norvik itself is under that same threat. As such, it remains a debate. The dwarves who have made a great cooperation with the humans of the city all have converted to this nicer form of slow incrementalism, a social democratic ideal. In this unity between humans and dwarfs, you also see this grander vision of an egalitarian future, for there is no greater example of post-folk type exclusivism, whatever. But at the same time, the younger, more hot-headed Asgals also have a dream of their own, one of truly owning the means of production post-haste like Asgal intended. So the question remains, you have dealt with it firsthand in the past. Should Norvik embrace radical Asgalism or continue down the path of social democracy? We need radical change or the Free Striders will win. Think about what you will say. Say what you can, but the Asgalis have at the very least mastered the modern pathways of communication. You view every societal issue through an Asgalis lens. The copper press. Those mad Asgalis are utilizing it just as they should, to influence the minds of the populace. During better times, the Arcanists would do as such in more direct ways, of course, but the irony of that is lost upon these poor fools. If anything, you can learn something from watching their mass media propaganda in motion. Sharing of ideas is very different from mind control. You would think that, however, in statistical analysis, the difference is all the smaller than one would assume. The printing of ideas is the second step towards emancipation, the realization of a better world. They are enduring. Cast off from below, exiled from their homeland, spread across the land, above and beneath. Like agrarians, they seed the earth, growing a weed or a fertile wheat, you do not know. That is the Asgalian endurance. A weed, surely. As such, the land requires a proper cleansing at some point. Not a weed, a fungus, feeding a family of 16 dwarflings all hungry from working the fields. And if they do not have enough to feed themselves, their neighbors will share what they have. That is the dream. That is the communal spirit of Asgalism. Tell me more about mass media propaganda. Change their mind. If you're not allowed to do it esoterically, then do it via the written word. Alters ability score modifiers on text. Okay. Tell me more about human dwarf unity. Together we are strong. A social, communal, Asgalism utopia. It can be built. While you're at full health, whenever you take damage, those dice are rolled with disadvantage. Okay, tell me more about Asgals, whatever, endurance. Ideas are infectious, they live on. For every 3 hours spent being exhausted, equals 1 level of exhaustion. I guess I'll take the media one. There's no bad choice, be what you will. In the future of your magedom, it could be useful to have some propaganda training. Wonderful. Okay. And I have a feat I can pick. So what do I want to pick? Yes? Charisma, maybe? Sure, I'll pick charisma. But that shouldn't be a feat on here yet. Not yet, anyway. So I have to go to the mill? I can do that. There's still a lot of places I have to go, like... I have to explore what the dungeons of the city below, they call it that. I have to go see what's up with the, that pipe down there. Alright, let's see. Charisma on this guy. No, he won't. In the direst of times, this kid will be the first one to lean upon his brothers. He's learned to eat that ego of his when he has to. That's good. A man is made by the toil of his peers. Nothing more, nothing less. A constitution, so... Okay, basically just that. Anything else? This. 4. Oh wait, no. At 20, okay. He's happy to be here, truly. This boy is probably the happiest man you have ever met in your entire life. This guy's strong, man. Okay, so I know all about him. Nice, nice. What was here? It was probably this, right? No, probably this. Yeah. Lord Cleric, he nods his head. I found the documents. What? I mean, awesome. How did you... I will not disclose that information. That's fine by me. Do you have it? Like, right now? Hand him the orange ledger. The blonde kid slowly opens the ledger with shaking hands. Then you watch as he squints, staring at the handful of papers. Oh, wait, who's pinging me? Oh. This is... The magistrates are selling up the city. They are. They actually are. What? Let me see.
Oh.
Quiet kid leans over. His face grows pale.
Oh.
Rollo? Holy shit. This is big. He's shaking. Real big. He carefully places the contract within the ledger again. Our contact will want this. His eyes dart around the room. Here it comes. He's got big plans. Maybe he glances between you and the paper. This might sound dumb, but maybe we should share this with Modisa. What? But she's got a printer. This needs to spread fast to make a difference. Because, like, what the hell could we actually do with it ourselves? The shield guy will know what to do with it, right? Sure, but he's nervous about this. He seeks approval. Not sure I trust the contact with this. What should we do? Oh gods, this is a damn mess. The blonde kid takes a deep breath. Modisa could go crazy, but at the same time, if we hand it over to the contact, we don't know what the hell it would do. Sharing it with Modisa is wise. She could help spread the word. Tell them to talk to the Asgal youth. He nods along, facing his friends with a stern face. The election is like right now, if we want to get the word out. The chant. Oh no. I don't think she's gonna like this, Rollo. That's probably true, but if she hears what we've got, we can turn this election together. It's time to save the world, boys. Awesome. So, could you help, Cleric? Of course. Please go ask Modisa to meet up with us, if you can find her. We still haven't been able to locate the printing press. It should be in some kind of old factory complex here on Tolstad, but we don't know where. The Asgals have a lot of resources, you know. I've heard they're supported by dwarven coins. Me too. You think back to the dwarves in that cramped apartment, a chuckle gets caught in your throat. Yeah, I've been there. I'll go talk for her. Oh, good. Wait, you have? You know where the printing press is? He squints at you. Are you an Asgal? Yeah, I'm an Asgal nationalist. Alright. I don't know why I asked. I don't really care. Just help us and we'll be happy. This is more important. The kid nods. He's nervous, as he should. You want me to go and fight Modisa? Yeah, if you can. It might be a bad idea, but it might also not be. I just have a feeling. Oh wow, wait, I have this too? How'd I miss this? Election week. Take a sip of water. You have expressed some opinions lately. I have. Now you will listen to true reason. You see, what all this has been is an opportunity. Want to share this tumultuous part of yourself with others. So now that part lives out there. It will stay there for some time, collectivizing into the zeitgeist, growing, decaying, until it festers into an unimaginable beast of bureaucracy. That, in its nature, is an election, a general election of leadership and governance. It is, of course, a complete farce. Why is it a farce? Because no one seeks answers, only power. The true order was corrupted and betrayed long ago. What is the true order then? During the Arcane Era, it was men who rose above all else. Wizards with unimaginable power used a perfect system of meritocracy to lift themselves up and build empires. These great men fell when the rules betrayed them. Their powers stifled, their minds corroded. The Coast War was bloody and sealed the fate of this order. Great men? What about great women? It is not as simple as that. There are many reasons why men rule along humans, just like there are many reasons why humans rose above all others during the Arcane Era. Human, tall and beautiful, like yourself, known as the pest of the coast by those who are less inclined to reproduce like rabbits. One day, you will tackle this topic thoroughly, with statistics. It is not this day. Why do I feel the need to ask strangers about their voting choices all the time? Because of your intellectual curiosity. Keep asking. Eventually their weak facade will fall off, the truth being only a disappointing allegory for immortality, the search for agency, for meaning. You know it well. No. What you do is seek support. Your brothers and sisters have different thoughts than yourself. You wish to mingle yours with theirs. That is healthy. You ask to tell, to share their knowledge. Norfolk is for the Earthfolk. Humans must come first. This is your city. Tisk. You ask for lots of different reasons. Number one being, because democracy is exciting. The new world is exciting. Vote Free Strider, March 27th, 27 PE. Attempt to ask yourself, for real this time, what should I vote in the election? Shit! No. Asking such a question is not valid, for democracy itself is flawed. But how exactly? If you need to ask, then you're not ready to learn. Nah, I want to know. Come on, I got a good chance at this. Yeah. Alright. Ask. Do this, receive an answer, but do not regret your inquiry. But seriously, what should I vote for? Ask your intelligence. Being blunt is healthy. As such, you should listen to the following well. There is no good choice here. None whatsoever. Except yourself, obviously. Obviously? Obviously. What about the Arcanist party? It does not exist, or rather, it might as well not. You know of Old Man Prax and his gathering of so-called wizards. However, branding a political party around the abhorred ideology of the previous era is not an intelligent idea. Add to that Old Man Prax's imbecilic behavior, and you've got a failed party for idiots. I'll vote for the Nationalists then. The Nationalist Party of Norfolk is a stale relic of theocracy and bureaucratic fascism. Ever since their demigod Earth died, they have been about as efficient as a dwarf on a bicycle. Their city decaying so much in these decades, they willingly organize an election. It is as if they subconsciously understand their decadence, crafting exactly what they deserve, like a weak man who smiles as his wife crushes his ego day after day. The Nationalists are ruining this fine city. Agreed, but in what way? They won't put me in charge. There's more to it than that, but yes. I could vote for the Free Striders and allow the opportunists of New Dimonor strangle this ancient city even more so. They already own most of it. Giving them de jure power would not change much, I agree. But it doesn't matter how much they promise to keep Norfolk independent. If they win, they will surely incorporate it into their Free City Agreement. At first through legal loopholes, then through the guise of increasing wealth, then by simple lack of animosity among the populace. The Free Strider Revolution is a poison. It is already in your veins. Fuck it. What about the goddamn Asgalas? If a dozen dwarfs knocked on your door and asked you to hand over all your wealth with the promise that it would be returned when you really needed it, would you trust them? Fuck yeah, I love dwarfs. That is how they get you. You see, Asgal was a simple underground dwarven male, born during the Divine Era. He was a dwarf who came from nothing but resentment and anger. It is not clear whether or not he was truly a demigod, but in his death, he had left a ruined empire in his wake, millions starving, a 1,000-year legacy of dwarven history destroyed. He wanted to take the amazing riches gathered by the many dynasties of the lower empire and simply hand them out to the population. An idealistic revolutionary. Some see him as a precursor to the Free Strider movement, but in comparison, miraculously, the Free Striders look somewhat competent. The dwarves beneath Ascani never recovered from Asgal. Today's followers are known as exiles, since they are not allowed to even mention his foul name underground. Yet here in our city we allow Asgals to gather and share their toxic ideal freely. We are lucky they do not have the same kind of backing the Free Striders have. That would be the end of everything you hold dear. Interesting perspective. It is the truth, nothing but the truth. So I shouldn't vote at all? That is up to you. It would certainly be cowardly to not even make a decision at all, and might even anger many, although being apolitical would certainly allow you to circumvent many disrupting situations. Truly it is up to you. Though remember, it is as intellectually dishonest to take a position of neutrality due to fear of saying the wrong thing, as it is to take a position for your own gain. A true genius speaks true, listens, and speaks again. Fine, then I'm ready. Come on, it's the new world. The Free Striders will make you and everyone around you rich. Social democracy is the only ideology that does not trample upon the safety of the working person. Asgalism, as it appears in Norfolk, is good. True good. It will not result in a win, however, it is a statement of intent. Vote for yourself. You are forgetting about one. Tell me more about Nationalists. Humans first, fallen Earth's legacy. Extra proficiency in roles and speaking with humans. Free trade, prosperity, democracy, in short, good shit. Free Strider, get a 10% additional discount on all purchases. Tell me more about Asgalis. For your brothers and sisters, for everyone below you, to flatten this uneven city, to make everything just and good. It is a simple dream, Asgalism. What? When you take damage, move one step forward on a secret 3-step counter. On step 1, a Thesis D20 die is thrown. On step 2, if the damage you took is higher than the Thesis die, an Anti-Thesis D4 die is thrown. On step 3, the damage you took is lowered either by 1 or by the What? What the fuck? It is quite simple. Essentially, you must perform a 3-step process of crafting, meeting, and unity. What the fuck does this mean? Okay, I'm not taking that. I don't know what that even means. Tell me more about Arcanus, a magocracy led by you, the greatest wizard of the coast. When you use up your last spell slot of any level, you roll a 1d100. If the result is lower than your natural intelligence, you regain that spell slot. Really? Hmm. Tell you more about Agrarian, the way of the earth, hungry. Whenever you pick up food, you roll 1d20. If you get 16 or higher, you get an additional food item, or apolitical. Objectively smart, be whatever you need to be to win. Increase is proficiency in rolls by 1. Ooh, I like that one. Let's be apolitical. It rumbles. I'm apolitical. Oh yes, you are, very neutrally so. You feel a great deal of knowledge from dealing with this burning question in your heart. Good talk. My goodness, there's another one. Okay, Norvican resistance. Man, I'm getting a lot of feats. Finishing up a lot of quests. Humans arrived on Yor as slaves. Huh? The dragons took us as we were the ideal followers. Powerful, loyal, honorable. Unlike them. I prefer the term dragon servants. That is an euphemism of ill intent. The dragons required cattle, worshippers, flesh to work their fields and fill their hoards. We were delivered via gates, each of us from a different world with different myths, varying skin colors, unique cultures, all of us human. This united us. This was our strength against those filthy lizards. Today, it is imperative we do not lose that sovereignty, the Macht, which has been constructed tirelessly over the course of centuries. Macht, Dwarven word meaning approximately something akin to power or control. That which was ruthlessly ruined by the Arcanus. We lost everything. Arcanus weren't that bad? You're foolish to believe such magocratic propaganda. Doug Doolin Dim shoved his blade into the heart of Tisrel Denor. From that moment on, mankind relished in their dominance of old Dimenor. Man built kingdoms, and man received the blessing of multiple gods, more gods than most folk had ever seen in written history. Man followed wise philosopher kings, and that we grew strong. It was not until half a millennia later, after half a century of Mago conflict, that it all crumbled into dust. But you descend from those few who disavowed the carnage. You descend from Earthfolk, those pure-hearted men who listened to Earth's promise of a free kingdom in Ascot and rode the waves west. Those were the men who built the Great Old. Those were the men who carry humanity to modernity, following their good, pure, strong, and eternally wise God King, Earth. We will carry his legacy. It is our duty, forever, until the end of everything, as the last of mankind. What about the humans who remained in Old Dimenor? Or Reeds, I mean. After waves of weaponized plagues, curse bombs, and rogue construct armies, only small parts of a few enclaves survived. Those scattered humans banded together to reform city-states in the rubble, but the Freestrider menace rose alongside them. But Freestriderism is a human idea, isn't it? That is what they want you to think. In order to refill the ranks of empty industries, the so-called liberators of the free cities opened all the borders. They made citizenship a commodity. They invited everyone into their fallen lands. Within a few decades, humans became a minority in the Reeds. The acreage was not permanently ruined by magic, were repurposed by folk from around the coast as well as those barbaric creatures living on the borderlands. Ask any man in the East and he will tell you, my people have no state, we are stateless. That doesn't matter in a multicultural society? If one does not care about sovereignty, no. In a democratic governorship, or ruled by the masses in cultural ideals and thoughts, it is the minority who suffer and the majority who conquers. As humans lost their majority in Reeds, the free cities, those humans left also lost control of their own destiny. Free striders seek prosperity, yes, but at the cost of sovereignty. So Norvik is the only human state left in the world. Yes, in the broader coastal community at least. There might be hidden enclaves in Heiji and Yin you have read about. The Japanese are legendary after all, but in effect, yes. You are the last of humanity, keep that in mind. What are the Freestriders doing in Norfolk then? They are stabbing you, one blade at a time. Sometimes a tiny cut, a simple graze, but now, as their election looms, you can feel it. A plunge deep into your flesh, the last piece of humanity left in the realm. So, yes. Think it through. Everything inside yourself that which makes you a man tells you that. We don't deserve to be a majority. We gave that up when we destroyed ourselves on the Coast War. Sadly, this is true. We must nourish a new type of man, one that is loving and kind, and welcoming to everyone that is different. We must. You Asgal fool. This is a debate of the body. The mind should be left in the gutters, along with the rest of its rotting crevices filled with degenerate propaganda. Earth built a land for mankind to rule, to govern, to hold as their own. Everyone else is a visitor or a guest. We, the human people, are its owners. As such, we must hold our ground. We must bear that weight. We must defend the city. Oh, come on. You think you're some true Norvikian? You're not even fully human, you hairy fuck. The vast majority of your flesh is earthfolk to the bone. Then there's a tiny part honorable dwarf, yes. So that's okay then, just as long as it's a statistically negligent amount of foreign blood. Exactly. Sure, whatever. You want to be anti-Free Strider? Go ahead. Might as well just kingly blood. What? Blood of kings. The fuck? Hold on, listen to it. You know, each vein points in the direction of greatness, each limb an extension of something untold, as is forecalled by eras and sagas of old. Chaos lies in the nature of man, only kept in check by the state which tendrils the land. Digging, rooting, gripping, holding. Your uneasy stomach stumbles at the thought of the world outside your control. You must make things right, the only way you know. To sit atop the monster, ride the beast of yore, become Leviathan apparatus. Leviathan, a term for the mythological chaotic sea serpent roaming Yore's ocean. The name originates from human cults that worshipped it during the Divine Era. Tell me more about defend the city. Protect the innocent, be the hero you are meant to be. Abilities score alterations on helmets. I don't really use other helmets. Tell me more about True Norvikian. Yeah, not exactly what this masturbatory nationalistic fantasy is all about. But sure, be a pure-blooded human if you really want to. Go flex in a damn mirror or whatever. Roll initiative with strength if it is higher than your dexterity, or tell me more about Leviathan apparatus. Strangle the chaos, take hold of the beast that is the realm. Enemies always roll initiative with disadvantage. Right, be a man, stand tall, pick Leviathan apparatus. Be one with the land, a master of his own domain, in full control. Hammer and Seal. Rolo believes information gathered from the Free Strider should be shared with the Asgals. He wants you to invite Modisa to a meeting. Okay, we can do that. A long way to fall. Ooh. Looked like I was floating there for a sec. I have so many spells. I think I will... Hold on, where's that one thing I did? Somewhere. Increase proficiency in rolls by... Actually, I don't know. Actually, I'll leave that be for now. Prepare spells. I should be able to just prepare all of them, right? Or do I have to leave one behind? Yeah, I don't have more, so... Okay, that's all of them. Nice. Boy, that sure took some time. Oh, hello. You approach one of the many doors out here on Waterlane View. Waterlane, the largest trade port in Norvik, located in a massive tunnel piercing the center of Tolstad. It is a so-called marvel of dwarven engineering, and it's the reason so many people commute to Tolstad over the many bridges. Considered as one of the great crafted wonders of the world. This one is as damp as the rest. Snow watches your moves carefully. What are you looking at? Nothing? Are you calling me nothing? It's not that deep. Knock on the door. You rap against the solid wood. A very solid, very rhythmic knock. Wait. A moment passes as it does, then the sound of a heavy latch sliding as is flung open. Beyond the frame you see a human male, mid-30s, his short hair ruffled, his cloak wrapped around him like a makeshift toga. His face exerted in panic. Oh gods, no. No. Are you that intimidating? You see the tears form in his eyes as he leans forward, pleading. What happened to him? How awful. He thinks you're here to deliver terrible news. Calm down, no one is hurt. Oh, thank the gods. He rushes in to give you a big hug. Hug back. How lovely to share an embrace with a fellow man. This truly makes me glad. He takes a step back, wiping half-formed tears from his cheek. I am Manius. I must have jumped to conclusions here. Yeah, sorry about that. We're here to investigate the tea shop. Yeah, what he said. Oh, the generic human male looks around him. I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to disclose any information to the local militia. That is what you are, no? A cleric of the local militia? Sure, but... You see, Octavio, he's a busy man, but he's directly instructed me that in case there are ever any inquiries, they would have to go through official channels, even for his inner circle. That's very suspicious. I'm sorry, I swear to you, we have all the legalities in order. I have diplomatic immunity, that's what it's called. Your companion gives you a raised eyebrows towards the fucking ceiling type look. How can a lowbrow free shatter receive immunity? This is a bureaucratic farce. Heh, the yellow team sure knows how to play the game. Diplomatic immunity? Yes. Who are you exactly? Well, I am Manius, as I said. I'm a free strider member of the Ascani Retraining Company. I work for the First in Command Guild agent of Twilstad. I'm afraid I cannot offer any more than that. Take a long, drawn-out breath. So you're saying... Good day. He shuts the door in your face. Ha! That was a roller coaster of emotions. What's a roller coaster? You haven't heard of a... It's one of those carnival things, you know. One of those wooden inclines with a little cart you ride all the way down. Huh, I thought those were called slippy slides. They are. The goblin is misinformed. Goblin, short and green, got claws and fangs, little monsters. They've got 3 tribes in Norvik and are considered somewhat civilized. Sorry to inform you, but the name changed just a couple of years ago. Probably because slippy slides is a god-awful name. Alright, well I'm not gonna call them that, so you go ahead and translate that in your head. Anyways, can we go now? This was some big shot, wasn't it? Did I just mess up? I wouldn't worry about it. On paper you did nothing wrong. And on not paper? He said, she said. He said what? Never mind that. Though, really, we're just standing here talking outside of this guy's door, so can we move, please? Oh well. Didn't get that much, but I guess it's fine. Jesus, how do I get out of here? There we go. Hey, Snur, so I saw you in the tavern last night. You were going nuts, man. He waves a hand in front of him. Life is pain, now what do you want? What about gender swapping? The great fluidity of bodily life. There's a bunch of laws about it, polymorphic stuff. I don't really care. Really, it's more interesting to ask. What is the spectrum you're set up for us? When someone drinks one of these hip mirror gender potions, as they're called, they don't really give you an ideal body. Like, you'd imagine a kind of trashy, unkempt-born male would drink it and turn into a hot young woman, but that is not the case. The esoteric nature of it does create a sort of perfect mirror of the original drinker. So if the drinker was kind of slouchy and not so fit, the opposite gender version would retain those features along with any aesthetic unfortunalities. He laughs. I would obviously be a not-so-great-looking woman myself if I were to guess. But anyways, one of the things our draconic arcanist overlords did first in the last era was discover and calculate the fact that this switch is absolutely not a binary. In biology, it somewhat makes sense. One either has or does not have the overarching male or female practicalities, tits or cock, Jesus, you know. But when you look on the inside in your mind, it turns out there's entirely other calculation happening on the spectrum of masculinity and femininity, or vice versa. And this is no binary, and while it is highly correlated with your body, it does not align exactly. That is how you have, as I'm sure you've met in your life, highly feminine men and highly masculine women. The more extreme ends here are absolutely statistical anomalies, but they are still very much real. You're saying it's complicated? Yes, somewhat. The most interesting part is this mental gender spectrum state we all find ourselves on. They appear fixed. At some point during childhood, it is determined exactly where you find yourself, how manly or womanly you end up being as you grow up. And I do not believe he came up with this. I believe he simply modeled traits that follow the same patterns as the rest of reality. His structure allows us to see this precisely. And when a person drinks a mirror gender potion, their physical binary existence is flipped, yes, but their mind, it does not move one bit. If you're a man, you drink the potion, you come out being a man in a woman's body. But if you're the world's most feminine man, you'd be the world's most normal woman in a woman's body. Same with a masculine woman. She would become no different in mind and body from the average man if she drinks it. Our statistics show that something like 90% of people lie on the bodily correct side of the spectrum, and only a few percent are anywhere close to the average on the opposite side. So while some bitch and moan about, oh, this is trickery and fakery if one were to switch out their bodily reality and so on, it seems to be just a question of some people wanting the bodily reality to conform to their position on the spectrum. Of course, some people do it just for kicks and boners, but that I see is just the spirit of curiosity and wonderful debauchery. And don't even get me started on sexuality. That is entirely separate, but highly connected, of course, can of worms. People should apply their physical realities to align with their mental one. That is an argument, yes? Uh, and we should have the freedom to do it if we please? What a liberal thought. I'm more of a, if you excuse my use of this vulgar term, liberal pragmatist. Whatever makes people happy without hurting others. But anyway, he sips while cleaning his glasses. That's all for now. I still have to behold her, although I'm hoping it can be a little easier now. Neutral evil. Nothing you can say will sway her. She will play you until the end. That's nice. Hello, Agent Vera. Cleric, what can the AR do for you? She gives you a trademark smile. I'll see what happens if I cast Charm Person on her. What can I learn about her? Oh, wait, wait, that's good. So it worked. Oh, she can counterspell. That's cool. No, the crystal, it's... The instant you cast your spell, a blast of esoteric distortion causes it to fizzle before you. Oh? A counterspell. From where? Counterspell. A 3rd level abjuration spell. A quick reactive spell capable of fizzling any other spell the caster notices. Higher tier spells are not guaranteed to be countered unless the spell is upcasted to match their level. Interesting move. On the table, those mineral shards engraved with some type of ancient magical energy. Fascinating. You've heard of protective magic items before, but this one is clearly beyond your means. Please do not cast any spells on AR property Cleric, and I'll kindly ask you to avoid casting spells on me in general. Hello, Mephit. Hey, awesome guy. So I should be able to... Because I don't think I have enough dex increasing items. I should try for intelligence. I think this is as smart as I can get, though. Yeah. I mean, a +7 isn't bad. Shit. Yeah, I guess I'll try to get that another day. You approach the mirror, realizing that Vera's watching you quite closely. But taking a quick glance, you do see there's surely a hidden safe. Okay, well, I already knew that stuff. Do you have anything to say about this room smell? A lot of rain today. What do you think we should do? About the rain? No. What should we do today? Right. Checking out the tea shop is priority number 1. We gotta gain access. Focus on that, alright? Nah. I guess we should go see Modisa and the gang. Hey.
Huh?
Mr. Cleric, Rolo wants to have a meeting with you. What? I said he wants to have a meeting. He wants to... She laughs. You're kidding. That asshole wants to talk? He has information to share. Okay. What kind of information? It's about a secret free starter contract. Contract? Yeah, it's got to do with the election. Ah. So let me guess. He wants something printed. Possibly. She looks around. You know what? Fine, Rolo can get a meeting. But I'm bringing the girls, and it's happening now. Now? Now. I'll just round them up and head over to the roller mill. That's where they still hang out, right? Yes, they do. Of course. She scoffs, shaking her head. You better be there, Cleric, otherwise I can't guarantee their safety. She's joking, but also not. The girl is mad, in more sense than one. Modisa has accepted the invitation. Will show up at the roller mill with her squad. Get ready for a mess. I actually have dwarf ancestry, you know. He squints at you. No, really, I'm very dwarfish. No, I believe you. Just wondering how much. A quarter? Half? I think I had a great-grandpa dwarf or something. He grumbles. Well, you're a dwarf in my eyes. I'm sure you've got a lovely beard under that helm of yours. Yes, though don't remind me, I'll get itchy. He scowls. I can imagine. He looks you up and down. You're kind of short, too. Short and proud. He means it as a compliment. Dwarves, man. Huh? You're short. Short and proud. The dwarf flashes you a smirk. Can I say anything new to Simi? Because Simi's pretty cool. Hey, you have anything just to say here, Snell? Whisper to him. How did they get a printer in here? He whispers back, no clue, but I'm guessing some esoteric bullshit was involved. Most likely. As it always is. The machine hums in the corner. Okay. So I gotta get to the roller mill. Got it. I'll come back to you later, tea shop. The whole tea shop thing isn't that important anyways. Oh shit, well there they are. Let's see how much beholding I can do here. Lawful neutral. This is what their movement needs. All movements. A shy and terrified witness who will, at each turn, ask everyone around her to rethink their rash decisions. Extremely annoying, but nonetheless, very, very good for society. Is that what I wanted, or was it this? I think it was this, yeah. Yeah. Alright. She holds her head high in silence. You see the halfling looking around the room as if searching for any sense of threat from the boys. The dwarf girl is trembling. We shouldn't be here, Modisa. She waves off her friend's concern. Rollo, what's your fucking deal? My deal? Yeah, what's your problem? Everyone, let's calm down. Calm down? This piece of shit's been hounding us for months, and now he wants to talk? Like, what the hell? What is this? What do you want? You, he says, and stops himself to let out a frustrated laugh. You, Modisa, and your friends, he says, pointing at Zerba and Jahane. You're indoctrinated. That's a big word, Rollo. You learned that yesterday? We, he yells, before lowering his voice, we have some information. Information? The dwarf girl pipes up in the back. We do, actually. Yeah, you should shut up and listen to Rollo for once, Modisa. Modisa crosses her arms and grunts out. Okay, speak. Rollo glances to you. Then he says, we got our hands on a secret document detailing the sale of Waterlane. What? She laughs. What are you guys talking about? It's true. The short boy pipes up in the corner. They're selling the whole thing to freeze riders. Modisa's mocking laugh goes silent. Show me. You have to promise me you'll show me, Rollo. Fine. The girl carefully grabs a ledger from Rollo as he hands it over. As she flips through the pages, she asks, how many copies have you made? The boys look at each other. Oh, gods be good. She mutters and stares at the fine print, adjusting her glasses. Was that my job? Did I forget? Shut up, Sten. Holy shit. The normally silent dwarf girl suddenly exclaims some profanity and puts a hand over her mouth. That's the magistrate's sigil. What? You're kidding. Modisa slowly looks up from the papers and glares at Rollo. Where did you find this, Rollo? She points at you. I got it from the Ascani Reach Trading Company headquarters, on Waterlane. I can vouch for the information inside. Huh. So you stole it. Nothing compared to the riches they steal from the working class, eh? Wink. He shows an expression of disgust at your overt pandering. Who is pinging me? Oh. Hold on, you want us to print it in the chant? Oh wait, he said it's ours now, and we need a way to spread the information. And then she goes, hold on, you want to spread in the chat? He goes, well, yeah. She clicks her tongue and looks at Zerbia and then Jahane. They both shrug. The chain is illegal anyway. What are they gonna do? Arrest you? It's not that I'm worried about. It's not that I'm worried about, dumbass. I'm thinking about the expose I'll be writing on this. Odessa. Wait, what do you mean? I'll write one and put it in the chant. Duh. Hold on. I asked for your help because I wanted you to spread the information, like send it out to a bunch of newspapers. The chant is the best paper in the city. It's also the smallest. My parents have never heard about it. That's actually irrelevant, Sten. Yeah, like no one normal actually knows about the chant. You can write whatever you want, but you also need to send it out to other papers. She scoffs, just so they can ignore it all because they don't want to piss off their investors. You guys clearly have no idea how this stuff works. But won't it be safest to send it out just in case, and also write that article? Modisa grumbles to her friend, just hold on. Look, we need to get a good spread here. Then it'll just get lost in the noise. We need the spearhead. We do. Try to think. Modisa wants her big story. Rollo doesn't know what he's talking about here, but his heart is in the right place. The psychological effect here is the most important thing to consider. Would people care about the voice of a small, unsupported newspaper? Would the big papers bite more or less if the chat wrote about it first? Then again, it's more about whether it comes out before or after the election, too. Before, of course. But it's pretty soon, isn't it? Modisa, Rollo speaks up, cutting through the noise. Give me back the documents. The Asgal girl grips them harder. Tense. They need to understand each other. Then they will find a compromise. Just take a stand, take control. They need a leader. Be one. Make them understand each other. Let's go. Nat 20. 2 lines, go. Modisa? She looks at you still gripping the documents. Rollo was the one who suggested to talk with you. Huh? Really? She squints at you. You'll get to write your article, but you need to take everyone's opinion in mind here. Rollo produces a conspicuous sound. Rollo, the Asgal youth obviously know more about printing than you do. Listen to them, they know what they're doing. Both sides look at you. A compromise can be found. You share the documents immediately so every major paper gets a chance to write articles on it for election day. Modisa, your article will stand out with some exclusive details. I think that seems smartest to me, but I'm not that smart, so I don't know. Fine. I'll make the copies since you clearly can't be arsed. Then I'll release my article at the same time as all the other papers, if they actually end up writing anything, which I doubt. Is that a good enough compromise? Rollo lays eyes on his companions for a few seconds just to make sure they agree, then he nods. Let's do it. It's a deal. We can trust her, right? Sten asked, pointing at Modisa. Oh, this boy. So blunt. Yeah, Rollo replies with a shrug. I think so. She puts the documents in order in the ledger. Of course you can trust me. We have the same enemies. Yeah, I guess we do, don't we? Duh. The Free Striders. They're destroying the city, selling it out. Ruining the working class's only chance at a stable life. A good income. My dad is working overtime all the time. Mine too. I think that's more a dad thing, though. Rent in apartments is too high, too, although that's more of an income problem, too, I suppose. It goes together. My parents were evicted last year just because the landlord raised the rent twice in a year. That was Dinkleberry, right? I've heard he's an asshole. We need rent control laws. Housing shouldn't be some wild investment portfolio. The state needs to regulate it, or everyone suffers. The earth folks suffer, you mean? And halflings, and merfolk, and dwarves. Merfolk. Aquatic fish people. They are found mostly around the islands and underwater nations of the Middle Edge. And goblins. Of course, they're finding common ground. It's beautiful. A union between radicals. It's both awesome and horrifying. Whoops. The point is, in short, capital needs to be taken down. Capital? She pauses, adjusts her glasses, then elaborates. The ones with money. Ah, yeah, that's a good start. Hold on now just a damn second. A coalition for the ages. I believe this calls for a huzzah. Please don't. Exactly, don't. A what? Loud and clear. Yell. Huzzah. I'm not yelling because there's other people in the house and my head hurts a little bit. Oh gods. Good gods. Sure, huzzah. 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 Yeah, huzzah. Boys, yes, you're ruining them. You're ruining these poor boys. I'll have to go set this whole thing in motion. God knows what we have enough to do. Jehane taps her on the back. Don't worry, I'll run back and prep the machine. Yeah, and I can help you on the copy surface, Modisa. Good. Hey Rolo, she says and walks up to him. Jehane will come back in an hour to return the documents. You'll trust us that long, right? Standing before each other, Rolo looks down at the girl with a question on his face. Hmm? Why are you looking at me like that? He clenches his jaw and looks away. I trust you, Modisa. And, thanks for this. He holds out a hand. She looks at it and adjusts her glasses. Sure. She grabs his hand, shaking it. And let's go. Skinda. Dwarvish for hurry up, you bastards. The girls leave in a hurry, leaving you with the 4 shell-shocked boys. Well, that's it. Thank you as well, Cleric. You've really changed the city for the better, I'm sure of it. The large kid pumps his fist in the air. Yeah. Oh yes, Earthness mumbles and sparks a flame with a finger snap. Cool, the short kid in the back says. We're gonna be stuck here for an hour, aren't we? Probably, yeah. And, we'll be sure to consider that Earthguard recommendation, for sure. The Earthguard is a good place for guys your age, and you'll learn a lot. Point towards Earthness, and you could be a cleric instead of a future arsonist. The Lankigan scowls at you. Arsonist? What the hell, man? Rolo gives you a thumbs up. Well, we're gonna be here a bit longer, so anything else you need? Don't you guys have jobs to do? Oh. I already asked all this stuff. Is this another feat? Or, no, okay. Let's see. Let's see. Well, I'm level 5 and I only have 18 HP. Jesus Christ. I really am weak. Let's go through these pipes. Move down the pipe, crawl inside now, try to enter the pipe. You get down on your knees in the dirt. Wiggle your way through. I can do this. Yeah. You squeeze on through, finding a side path, one that doesn't seem to directly lead into the sea. ... Then you hit a flowing rush of ice-cold water. Then down, then hit the ground. Your flesh is sucked, tumbled, and spat out onto the ruinous ground. Around you, a vast service site of a type of divine era temple. And Snell. Snell, you went in after me? Of course not. Your companion takes a breath. Since I didn't see you get dropped into the river, I went downstairs to check. Lucky for you, you got spotted right near the garden. Why'd you let me go into that pipe, Snell? Don't start with me. While we're down here, we might as well take a look around. Just be careful. The city below has some nasty stuff in it. Through this survey site. But I can't fucking speak. Though the survey site seems safe enough. Get up. Nice, man. Need some apples. Approach your companion. Let's get on with it. Stay in formation. This place is dangerous. No need to tell me twice. Lead the way, cleric. Alright. A calendar is out of date. Embedded upon this altar, you see a circular stone slab. Whoever has worked this survey site in the past has attempted to place it in its natural position. It reminds you of a copper calendar, but far, far older. This is a moon chart left by the Whitemane barbarians of the Divine Era. Whitemane, the name of a tribe of feline folk who ruled in Ascani during the Divine Era. The remnants are left scattered in various locations across the band. The various glyphs on the surface denote not a language, but rather sigils, it seems. Decipher the current day. No, that is no use. It is broken. Oh. Yes, this is a useless piece of technology if you feel it is even worthy of the term. Who's this? Azscal Madsen. Let's get a little dexterous in here. $25. Underdwarf, level 5 archaeologist, chaotic neutral. This right here is a fourth pillar of this feudal system. A spelunking delving, digging, roaming, true-blooded adventurer. Though he's seen a lot of shit in his days, Azkel still has his glowing eyes set on the next prize. The true reward of a live on the trail, a horde. He will not find it one day, someday, but not this day. Oh no, he will find it one day, someday, but not this day. Perhaps you will see him again. Who are you kidding? Of course you will. His expertise in the city below is not for nothing. You should keep him close. He'll be real useful if you ever want to get into that freelance dungeoneering business. Seriously, there's a lot of money in that. He has good stats across the board. So, he's probably a bit more wise if he's gonna be, poking around in dungeons. Hey, dude. You can't reach that from here. Alright. You glance at the step. It's a descent of approximately 15 inches, 2 meters. Oh, yeah, whatever that means. Point is, it's not that super high. What kind of man, no, what kind of hero cannot step down a slightly uneven stone slab? It would be embarrassing for anyone of any age to fail this. Look over the survey site. You see a dwarf here and grunts as he swings a pickaxe at the ruins in the corner. There is no point in having a conversation at this distance. Time to get closer. It won't be a problem, right? Of course not. Grease? Why would I grease it here? No. Attempt to step down in a smart way, because greasing is just going to make it harder. Taking a careful step onto the stone, you begin your descent. Keeping your balance in check, you shift your weight appropriately. Smart thinking, using your dexterity instead of brute force. This is the wise choice. Your feet find purchase, stable, controlled. You are at the bottom of the step. Gods, you're slow. Can we get moving now? What's this? One goofy-looking cat. Cat does look goofy. Adventurers must have hidden stuff in this pot. Like crowns. Actually, can't steal anything from him. Damn. Beside the buried statue, you see someone up on a ledge. There's grunts echoing down the chamber, along with the sound of iron against stone. A dwarf down there? Down here? Nah, leave now. Hello up there. Huh? The dwarf's smoldering eyes widen as he sees you. Look, Romulus, we've got an official visiting. If that doesn't make us official, I don't know what will. Peeking out over the ledge, you spot an orange monster creeping about. A rust monster. The dwarf appears friendly with it. How strange. Rust monsters are known to devour metal. Keep your distance. Is that a rust monster? Oh yes, very correct, but no worries. He's very kind, the dwarf then mumbles to himself, when he's fed. Ominous. What are you doing here? Me? Oh, you know. He lets out a smoldering laugh. A dwarf's gotta have a hobby. Mining in ancient ruins is not a hobby. It's a profession. He puts down his tools and strikes a pose. Let me introduce myself. I'm Axel Madsen, a dark dwarf. Dark dwarf. Derogatory term for the underdwarves, I know. Or as they prefer, underdwarf. Underdwarf. Gray-skinned and fiery-eyed dwarves who mostly live along the undercoast. They originate from powerful elementals known as Azers. Azer, a fire elemental in the vague shape of a dwarf. They once held a kingdom on the undercoast until they were broken by the invasion of ghostly ghouls during the late Divide era. Dwarves of the undercoast, their own term for it would be Glodvair. Pleasure to meet you. You're a Norvikian cleric, I presume. Not just. I'm the cleric of Norvik. I'll be damned. Few would question your devotion to being a cleric. Not sure what it means, but it sounds expensive. It means everything. Oh, you got a goblin with you. You HWBT friend? HWBT, the Halfway Bridge tribe, commonly called the Halfways, one of the 3 goblin tribes in Norfolk, and arguably the most influential despite their small size. Led by Lady Miska Sageleaf with their headquarters in the Goblin Garden on Tolstad. Yeah, you're that dungeoneer looking for cats, right? Cats? More or less. Hope your lady wasn't too mad about my inquiry. I'd say annoyed is a better description, but it's fine. Just don't trespass anymore. Will do. Or, I won't, I mean. But I should correct you. I'm not a dungeoneer. I'm more of a... With a bright smile, he adjusts the collar on his uniform. Well, I'm what you call a historian with ambition. As he says it, the orange beast sends an echoing, hissing noise down the chamber. Exactly, Romulus. We're here on an expedition of grand proportions to find the legendary missing mine of Tulamon, of Tulan Cattle, the snail folk, ancient builders of the city below. That sounds like a quest. Oh, yes, indeed. A quest. Your ears perk up. But just to be clear, I'm not sharing the spoils just like that. Fair enough. Treasure is earned. So here's the deal. I'm in trouble. His pet makes a loud belching noise. Right? He mumbles and gives a monster a pat on the back. You want to help, friend? Help a stranger? That's how heroes are made. Help a stranger? That's how fools are robbed. I will help you if I can. Great. You see, there are two strange ruins in the section of the city below the city. The city below the city. The vast ruins found underneath Norvik. Most define it as the parts of the city not yet civilized, although there's a legal definition set in place for each individual district. He points at the statue. White Mane Ruins. Before the dwarves and humans and even trolls, this place was ruled by cats. The theory goes, the snails of Tulin had an esoteric mine not far from the Pillar of Yore. The mines of Tulamon, a place of thick veins with endlessly growing amber and platinum. Endless treasure. But the walking god of the White Mane, for whatever reason, sealed it shut at some point, according to legends. Sealed esoterically, probably, since we can't seem to locate it. Esoteric seals can be broken with the right knowledge. So you're looking for it. Oh yes, I'm not alone in this, of course. My research has shown me clear indication that these two ruins below Tolstad are more or less unexamined, at least by skilled hands. Your hands are skilled. Very skilled. How can you hide an entire mine? You'd be surprised. The city below the city is... what is it? 4 or 5 levels of sprawling tunnels and caverns? Here on Tolstad, it's only this here level that's in any way accessible. There could easily be some crevice far down that no one, not even the city's greatest paladins, have gotten close to discovering. The deep places of the world hold many secrets. So there's ancient snail folk and then slightly less ancient snail folk who built cat stuff on top of this snail stuff? Exactly. So what's the problem? There's no problem with this site. But I'm almost finished here, and I'm unable to gain access to the second White Man ruins because it's inside HWBT territory, and they're very unwilling to allow a dwarf like me past. Your lovely goblin friends have hired a brutish bugbear as a guard. But you're a cleric. If you can get access to their territory, then please head south. Through the damp high caverns. There should be a White Mane ruin at the end, a shrine, probably marked by a bunch of feline symbols. He gestures towards this giant statue. Just look for big cats, essentially. You can't get access yourself? He laughs loudly. No way, hombre. Lady Sageleaf has made it very clear, very, very clear that there is to be no dungeoneering in her dang tunnels. No comment. Especially by outsiders. So no, that's not happening. Not while she's the leader of the HWBT. What do you want me to do there? He leans over the edge. All I need you to do is to tell me if you find a symbol of a sun or 2 blades. Either of those, and report back to me. If you're able, and if you have time. He sighs, a deep, frustrated sigh. Wish I could do it myself. Darn those goblins. No offense, he adds, giving your companion a nod. None taken. I really, really do not care. Sun or 2 blades. Got it. If I find the shrine, I'll investigate. Great. Good luck. He gives you a thumbs up. What do you know about the tea shop? He crosses his arms and gives you a long nod. It's a type of cafe, you know. They serve tea and other drinkables. Sometimes they even have pastries. I love cardamom treats. I also love cardamom treats. Oh, my friend, you are truly of good taste. A man of culture, this dwarf. No, the tea shop. He clicks his tongue. Is there some special tea shop I should be aware of? How long have you been down here? About a week by now. It takes time to set up a secure perimeter. A week alone in the city? A week alone in the city below? He really is an expert at this. So you don't know about the tea shop that exploded? Exploded? I thought the election was bad enough as it is. Now they've got exploding tea shops? Norvik is in trouble indeed. Oh well, he mutters with a shrug. Can't help you there, friend. I got a bunch of personal questions for you. You do? Maybe later. I've got a bunch of work to finish up here. But it'll be at the Drunk Sphinx once I'm finished. It has to be there and I'll gladly indulge you. A tavern. Good place to extract information. Why are your eyes glowing? Haven't met too many underdwarves, have you? Look, I don't have too much time, but really, once I'm done here, I can talk all you want. Alright, fair enough. You approach the step once more. A long step. This time it should be easier. Take that step. You're now at the top of the step. Wonderful. I have a feeling I should have dancing light on in case, because, like, there could be stuff I miss. Something shiny. Let's see what I can explore here. Okay, so this is... okay, so I've been here before. So I guess I want to clear them out section by section. I don't want to, like, run around willy-nilly, so... let's see what I can do. So this is locked, okay. An esoteric shard in the dark. A book, investigate. At the end of this hallway in an alcove like any other, you see a book. It sits on a thin ledge and does not have anything on the cover. An illusion. Beware. No one would leave a book like this, not without it being stolen very quickly. That's true. Anyone with half a brain would take a weird old book like this and sell it to some collector, give it a chance. This is creepy. Agreed. Don't write your name in there or anything. Heard about a guy that found a book once up in Muletown. On the cover it said famous people, and inside was just a list of, well, famous people. Historical figures or whatever. So this guy thought it'd be funny to scribble his own name among them. And poof! He turned into feathers, like a big collection of pure black feathers. Started floating away in the wind down the river. It was all everyone could talk about for weeks. Seems like he got what he wanted. He gives you a chuckle. Sure did. Then the goblin frowns, looking up at the ceiling. I can't seem to remember the guy's name, though. Ominous. An esoteric curse, clearly. Anyway, what were you doing? Take the book. As you pick up the tome, you get an overwhelming tingling sensation running down your arm. Impending doom. Holy shit, no, don't. Drop it. You okay, cleric? Are you shaking? Put it back. You do so, quickly placing it back on the ledge. Open the book. You flip open to a page, any page, you flip through multiple, they're all empty. You know what you're doing, cleric? Keep flipping. You keep flipping until you see text on a page. It says in a clean and steady handwriting, what tome do you desire? Huh. Yeah, this is cursed. Clearly this is esoteric. You take out a coin. Remember a number of ancient tomes, books, letters, and various pieces of literature you could ask for. You scramble to remember the names of various books, letters, and various pieces of literature you've seen through your education. Try writing Norvikian Chants by Patriarch Pilly. Your letters immediately fade from the page, but it's replaced by another message that seemingly forms out of the same ink you used to write. Patriarch Pilly? His books are found everywhere, but the closest copy? The second level Patriarch Pilly, the second Lord Patriarch of Norvik, appointed by Earth after the death of his first Patriarch. Pilly is known for his organizational nature and attitude to feverishly writing down and retaining Norvikian culture in the order of Earth. First Patriarch. The anonymous and faceless Lord Patriarch who Earth appointed upon the reconquest of Norfolk. He served the city for 14 years overseeing its founding. Among your possessions. Then the text quickly disappears. That's amazing. If it can locate any book, then it's like very, very useful. A glorious esoteric artifact. Make use of it. Get ready with your quill. A blind manifesto by the hedonist. A surprisingly common book in these parts. It's in that foul office on Water Lane. Beyond reads by Murdoch Moonwatch. A basic travel guide, many lies within, even more around above. One is below, far, far below. Another is up, inside the tower. The Folks by Alexandra. There are 6 copies on these streets. One is on Water Lane. The halflings got it. Humans, a brief history by Metin Luix. An interesting and cold take on the most evil creature in Wayland. Go to the tower. Memoirs of a Statesman by Nicholas Darrow. There are way too many copies of that trash around. The Water Lane office. Go. Autobiography Prax by Lord Phileas Prax. A grand account from a powerful narcissist. You can find one in the Lich House nearby. Earth and Toll, Founders by Bodil Grimface. There's a copy in the tower. Boring book, though. Folk Prayers by the Trill Sisters. A wonderful collection of tales. The sisters did great work to stop the ridiculous cultural trend of talking instead of writing. Nearest copies in the Lich House. Book of the Mind, 6th edition by Sifidix. As you write in those letters, finishing with a simple punctuation. Oh, this is the book that, the scholar wanted me to get, sir. The entire illusion wanders off far into a deep, deep hallway. Oh. Yet directly to your left you see an entrance that leads to somewhere bright. Your companion points towards it. Yep, that's some esoteric bullshit. As you glance over at the book, still gliding away into the dark, you catch a final glimpse of its flipping pages while it's turning into some fine mist. Of course we have that splendid tome. If you ask nicely, it might be yours. Cool. I'm a little spooked, so I'll put on enhance ability. Whoa. There is a lot of stuff here. The path ends abruptly. It almost does not seem real. So many books. So many indeed. Jesus. What do you think about this, Snell?
Huh?
Nothing? Okay, that's fair. My goodness. There it is. Among all the ancient tomes and scriptures, each holding a world of knowledge inside, the one you seek is here right on the ground. Tingling teal cover, golden pages, an esoteric gem upon the latch. It almost blinds you with its radiance. It's large in both width and thickness, as well as in its content. Open the latch. Right away it says on the first page in big bold lettering, Blood of Property of House Hagenshags. Book of the Mind by Cividix, 6th edition. Ah, Hagenshags, of course. It must be a century old. Won't you look at that? The book Appleton wanted, quest complete. Or rather, he wants to see the sizable foreword taking up the first dozen pages of the book. The scholar will be glad once you deliver it. If the upper class could be encapsulated into a single tome, I think it'd look like that. Don't you think it'd be even more bejeweled or something? Maybe, or covered in the blood of the working class. It is the way it is meant to be. Whoa, Jesus! A blinding light from below shooting into the endless above. Behind you, turn around. At the center of the strange spiral abyss floating, your eyes adjust to catch a glimpse of one surreal shape. A glorious spectral delight. That light, this is of an arcane apparition. None but the greatest arcanists held the knowledge to craft one of these. Get ready, Snell! The goblin is glaring at the horrific thing, yelling, I am. No, you are not. We see you. I'm not allowed to take the book, I presume. A true statement. The string is in motion. While the library shakes slightly at the tone of this esoteric entity's voice, you do not feel there is no immediate threat here. That, however, could change quickly. Your companion nervously glances to you and whispers, you do your thing, okay? Interesting. Tell me more about yourself. We are the living library, that which roams the halls, the fields, the frays of Imestra, built upon words of all, the words of those who spin the yarn yet do not thread the string. It speaks through a filter, as if it is translating its words directly from an ancient tongue. It's very interesting. What else can you tell me? Everything and nothing. But clear and effective communication. This esoteric being is instructed to speak only what it knows to be true. Perhaps it knows only what the books around it knows? Something akin to that would be logical. Can you see the strings of yore? We are one with the string. What's the rarest books you got here? Rarity is a trait determined by the beholder. But if you had to pick one, which one is objectively the most sought after and, in the terms of contained information, most difficult to find elsewhere? We hold 3 tomes, each of which holds a level of uniqueness and universal desire among the populace of this plane that they can be considered the most rare copies in the collection. 16 Lessons of Chronomancy by Chronomancer, the Codex of Ultimate Wisdom by assorted authors, and a copy of the Vulgata by St. Jerome. Vulgata, a lost religious text originally passed down within the ranks of the Order of the First Knights in Old Dimenor. These great warriors used the teaching in the secretive and holy scripture to ultimately influence all modern ideas of chivalry and knighthood. All copies were said to have been destroyed when the Order disbanded, Order of the Great Knights, of the First Knights. When you picture a knight, a holy warrior is acting as a moral cornerstone of any number of civilizations in Old Dimenor. This is where it all began. The First Knights sadly disbanded during the early Coast War, but their ideals still live on to this day. Even your Earthguard armor is directly based on their famous designs. Chronomancer. Ask more now. The Codex. That is the foundational text of the Avian theocracy. Avian. One of the many theocratic cities which fell towards the end of the Divine Era. While little information about them survived the Arcane Era, what is remembered in history books is a strict adherence to a set of virtues. Today, some scholars view this as a tyranny, while others view it as wisdom, as more information is discovered about them. A Vulgata. A copy survived? Tell me more about the text on the Chronomancy. No, its content is known only to those who can offer an equal exchange. It was the greatest treasure left by Himvrak Hagenshags. You must seek out this wizard Himvrak after the election. There's simply too much knowledge to pass up here. The Codex of Ultimate Wisdom? The original taken via raids 1,000 years ago, left by Rodor de la Garaverd, the White Mage. The lion folk must have taken it. It lines up. What a fascinating piece of lore to uncover. Unfortunately, you cannot restore it to its rightful people. Not today, at least. Where'd you get a Vulgata? Ulrich Dreyshen. That is the name that was given. That does sound like the name of a first knight, like from the magazine tales. Those seem like some rare texts. Yes. They are hidden from you, for you do not hold anything of equal value. What if I could go get something of more value and come back? One visit, one trade. Do you stay in the same place or do you move about? The location changes, the worthier you draw near. So I see, so it's a temporary pop-up sort of situation you got going here. We are where the exchanges can be made, nowhere else. Who created you? The minds of Tulin cattle, the cord pullers, servants of Yor. Yor is dead. Yor is. Yor sees. Those who made you are dead. The minds of Tulin cattle are everlasting. The snail folk of Ascani. I see. That is what many of your kind say, yes. The cord pullers built their empire around the gate. That is where they are. Was that your book on the outside? We are all texts. The written, the page, the tome, the book. We are an esoteric knowledge bank, collecting the written word from everything within perhaps a few miles. An intense magic, perhaps even beyond even that of the Arcanists. I really did not mean to steal from you. You have taken, it has begun. What do you want from me? A peace given, a peace returned, an egalitarian exchange. So what? I need to give you a book of equal value? A piece that is equivalent. And how is that value? Do you value it, or a piece that is equivalent? Helpful. Hold on. Isn't this a library? Can't I just return it later? The collection must be complete. Can you tell me who left this book here? The Book of the Mind was left by Himrak Hagenshags. In exchange, a piece of equal value was given. Hagenshags? That bloodline's supposed to be gone. Hagenshags? Who's that guy? Himrak Hagenshags. That was the name given. The piece given was the blood order of Doug. Of Doug? Of Doug. Of Doug? Doug. Which Doug? Doug Doolin-Din. Can I see the blood order? It is not what you asked for. Yeah, I know, but can't I browse the collection? No. Fair enough, rules are rules. If there wasn't a strange apparition ruling over this place, you could totally sneak over and take a look. Do we have anything that's even closer to the value of this thing? No, nothing. This book must be worth a fortune. 100,000 crowns to the right collector, maybe? A monetary value. No, but in more subjective terms. Try to figure out equal exchange. No, there's nothing you have that monetarily exchanges a quality to this tome. However, it is not connected to a monetary value at all. It is not. While powerful, it would be unlikely that this thing would apply its own material break to the value on text. Material break. The point at which a certain valuable material used in component costs loses its perceived value to such a degree that it is no longer usable in spells. While this breaking point has been estimated in the past, the few magocrats powerful enough to research this did not publicize their findings, simply because it would not keep the value of the collection intact. If you take out this book and then spread the secret forward hidden within that Appledon spoke so longingly about, then the value would crash, and the monetary value of the collection would collapse. It has to be an object of, what, sentimental value? More or less, yes. Something that symbolizes of similar value on whatever ineffable level this apparition praises its collection, which means that there's only one object in your possession that would reach, in any way, a high enough level of value, and you know what it is. Grab your pouch of holding. No. What, you got something? In equal exchange, says the apparition, the light at the center of the spiral growing more apparent. My voting card. Your what? That would be an equal exchange. An equal exchange. You know it. You sworn to guard it with your life. It is a symbol of your political internal struggle. What kind of man would just throw it away? You're not just throwing it away. A vote is just one vote. If you get that book, you could, buy as many votes as you want. Yes, the vote is useless, just get the book. You've struggled for ages over how to make your voice heard. Is this the time to falter, truly? What a terrible conundrum, just do it. You should think about this hard. Come on, just do it. You're holding the voting card in your hand. On its surface you see the marks of an indecisive man, lit up on the glow of the living library. Cleric? In equal exchange, state your full name and the name of your piece. But I need to vote. I can't throw my vote away. That's undemocratic. I'm gonna run. You quickly slip the fancy book into your pouch of holding and in the same movement begin to sprint up the spiral walkway. As you do, the voice lets out a deep harrowing statement. No exchange offered, your soul will take its place. The illusionary books upon the shelves begin to crumble and shake, turning to dust one by one in a series of violent esoteric poofs. Poof is the scientific term, of course. The ground shakes and the world collapses as you move up the stairs. You will join the collection. The goblin is by your side as the two of you run as if a fire burned at your backs. Stop. As the chambers shake, you begin to see books behind you turn to dust. As the voice commands echoes all around. You don't want to leave. What? But you want to stay. Stay and read the letter. To your left, sticking out of a shaking shelf is an envelope. You know what it is. Cleric, what are you? Just take a quick glance. It is a letter penned by Earth himself. What? How is this possible? You did not see this before. But no, it is an illusion. What's going on here? You're being deceived. The library does not want you to leave. Resist. You shake your head. The vision of that sacred letter turns to ash in front of your eyes. The goblin gives you a shove. Don't look, it's doing something weird. Do not look. Keep running. You quickly push yourself around the spiral as books begin to fly out of the shelf. Many turn to dark ash covering the path in front of you. The goblin hops over the puddles of book dust. Something's wrong with this shit. Just don't touch it. Behind, further below, you see a wave of this ash forming. It grows, filling the library. The voice, now faded and far away, appears to chant. A collection. A collection. As you hear this, a tome lands before you. It does not turn into ash. Look at it. It says, the personal spellbook of Grand Arcanist Phileas Prax. This is a masterpiece. You must have it. Grab it. Or, no. It's an illusion. The apparition is controlling your psyche. Resist grabbing the spellbook. It does not make sense. Phileas Prax did not have a personal spellbook. Such a personal arcanist would simply bind his memorization mentally, spiritually, and physically. Obviously. Obviously. Jump over the spellbook. Rushing past, it turns to ash behind you. Go. Follow the goblin up closer towards the exit. You're so close now. As all the strange ashen books now pour into the walkway in a cascade of dark pages. The collection is echoing ominously behind you, barely noticeable over the rumbling of the structure. Almost there. That is when you notice it. The magazine. It sits on the railings. The magazine? In the library? Yes, you can see it clearly. It is the Red Light, the best nudie magazine in Norvik. It is banned in every official district. A one-of-a-kind type of debauchery. Oh, that's fine. I really don't care to stop for a random pin-up magazine. Oh, truly? Of course, the towers had a ton of hidden stacks of smut. It's not exactly difficult to... Hold on, look at the cover. It's a special edition. Oh, what kind of edition? Take a look, it can't hurt. You glance at it, just a quick peek. Oh yes. On the cover, it's a particularly sturdy-looking and well-built woman. The title says Orcs and Amazon Edition. Earth be good. Oh no. Okay, I got this. Phew. Don't open the magazine. The flow of ash catches up too quickly now, like waves of glittering dark sand. Each splash hitting your back causes you to lose strength. The two of you run towards the exit. Don't stop. The chanting from below grows louder now. One, a piece for a piece. Throw yourself out the doorway. You and Snell both jump out into the city below a hallway. The flood of esoteric ash coming after you, up until the exact crossing of the doorway. At which point, it is stopped, hitting an invisible barrier, which promptly fades into a solid wall once more. Holy shit. The goblin falls down to the ground, letting out the occasional insane chuckle. Another stupid death averting. You got the damn book at least? Check if you still got it. Taking out of your pouch of holding, you do still have the quite real and physical copy of the Book of the Mind 6th edition. A successful library heist, with some minor hiccups. Time to deliver the book to the halfling. The goblin gives you a thumbs up and slowly starts to get up on his feet. Next time, he says, pointing upwards, we'll go to the Darwin Library, okay? That was some esoteric bullshit. A special edition release of the famous book of Syphadix. It feels awfully esoteric to the touch, so I gotta get this back to Snare, okay? I just gotta get out of here. What is this? Shard of Yore, sweet. Let's see. Is there anything here? No. What about here? Sweet, it's a door. Is this how I get out? There's the crypt. Oh. Okay, looks like there's stuff down there, but I might get this to Snare. Wonder if there's anything new over here. Oh. Hello, Mr. Duck. Strength. Oh yeah, time to get so strong. Oh, I'm absolutely yoked right now. 29. This lawful evil. This dark knight can break you like a twig, yet he will not. He is bound by an order, but why does it not affect you? Not a man, not even corporeal. This is a silent yet shrieking wraith, forced into enslavement by the darkness of this realm. There's something indescribably manly about self-control in such circumstances. He has nuts. Look at those stats. Those are nuts. God damn. Hello. Oh, thanks for this spell. The Dark Knight stands in the crypt. He does not face you. You are no threat to him. He is very, very still. Good night. I must. His armor creaks, his body moves. A voice. Soldier, well fought. Oh, against the skeleton? He holds out a gauntlet towards the open tomb. Divinity, hold ground. Feel it. This guy scares the shit out of me, Snell whispers to you. Such an edgelord. What do you mean? Feel it, soldier. The windy voice barks at you. Hold out a hand towards the tomb. The string, one of utmost importance. It cradles here within this one point. The first tomb of your god. Grip the string. You do so with decisiveness. There's no question of the sanctity of this place, but you've never understood it so well. Something has changed within you. It reminds you that cantrip you used to cast all the time. Thaumaturgy. Cast it. A power swells within you. Use thaumaturgy to unveil sacred locations around the city. The Dark Knight says nothing more. He simply picks up his axe and leaves. You hear him take the stairs up to the Temple of Earth, leaving you alone in the crypts. Alright. You feel his presence. 19. Got a hit point. Pick me up, regain 1 d4 hit points. Sweet. Your people's resting place. 1. Oh. Oh, I got 4 that time. Nice. Or 3 that time. I meant nice. Okay. Sweet. Anything in here, perhaps? Considering it's, What's this? He looks upon you. 11. What is this? That's good. I'm gonna go for it. I might be in trouble if I do this, but I'm gonna go for it. I have to try. It'd be foolish not to. I mean, yeah, it's as smart as I can get. Can't move it with Mage Hand. What? Oh my goodness. Okay. Shoot. That's not good. Hey man, can I have this? Thanks! With nimble fingers, you grip the heavy axe. With the perfect angle and perfect timing, you don't even need to wrestle it from his grip or anything. He doesn't even notice you taking it. A miraculous feat. Start to feel dizzy. What? You watch a purple glow spread from the axe shaft into your hands. It burns. A crackling voice fills your skull. It speaks to you, horrible things in a tongue you do not understand, but you know it is mocking you. Scream. The body falters, but life remains. Out of the inky darkness you see an iron hand. It snatches the axe away from you. Caretaker does not serve you, soldier. It never will. His voice, he's not angry. No, he simply wishes no more innocents to fall under his shadow. Somewhere deep down. Groan loudly and mutter incoherent noises. So I can't have it? But that's such a good item. A shame. Truly a shame. Why can't I have it? Mean, bro. Can't believe this guy. Second. I'm gonna open up my stream manager again. Wherever that is. So I gotta go back there. Oh, that's true crap. Whoops. I meant to put on thaumaturgy. Oh, you guys do that thing? Yeah, I guess I did. There's some type of god in the machine, surely. 19 again. Wish that was a 20. Enter. A bell of the city. No snur, I got that thing. He waves a hand in front of them. Life is pain now, what do you want? I found the book by Cividix. That library was very talkative. You did? Fucking glorious. And I'm sorry, what do you mean by talkative? There's a living library right below. Point downwards. Living library? Oh, a tool and cattle invention, I presume. I've heard tales of a shuffling trove of knowledge below, but I've not spoken with an eyewitness. I bet he gave you some esoteric bullshit to handle, yeah? Lots of bullshit. Oh ho ho. I thank you then. This is no small thing to ask of even an experienced cleric. Now, can I see it? You promise to give it back? The halfling scoffs. What am I gonna do, wrestle with you? You get the book, I get to copy the foreword. That was the deal. Hand him the book. Look at that. What a piece of shit. There's even a gem on the latch. Such bourgeoisie bullshit, he says while flipping open the magical tome. I prefer my books with less flair and more content. Speaking of which, point at the first page. What do you think about that mention of blood property? Huh? Hag and shags? No, sold enough for that. How curious. The halfling sniffs a few times while flipping through the golden pages. Beyond that added note to the first page, this is most definitely exactly what I'm looking for. The 6th edition of the Book of the Mind. Huzzah! No more huzzahs, please. Hells yeah, as the kids say. Now, Snare takes out a quill and paper along with some ink. Then he opens the book to the first page of the dozen or so pages of foreword. I shall copy the foreword in its entirety. Luckily, our dear Lord scholar Cividix wrote in regular old Diminorian. What are you hoping to find? Mainly an answer to his exploration of anima animus, but who knows if it will even be mentioned. Either way, it shall only take a few minutes. Okay, wait 1 hour. There we go. Snell jumps up from the couch. There are some long minutes, Appledead. Ah, yes, sorry. I had to take extra care to make sure to not mess up any of the transcription work. Either way, now it is done. He taps a quill one last time for the final punctuation. Then, an esoteric force explodes from the tome. Your limbs reach out on instinct. It's gonna hit the halfling, but if you follow through, it'll hit you instead. An old soul. Danger, real danger. Oh shoot. It wants a mind. Grab the book. You grab it from Snur's grasp. The shocked halfling let it go without a fight. The energy emanating from its pages is now focusing on you. Necrotic energies. If you resist it, it will only go back to the scholar. If you wish to protect him, let it in. Try to resist it. Your mind is a fortress. The ghost whispers and fade nonetheless, but they are stopped by the moat, dancing like a crown round your mind, until the spirits move over, once again targeting Snur. His body jolts, his limbs twisting. Oh wait, maybe I shouldn't have done that. For about 20 seconds, then he stops the erratic movements, and slumps in his chair. Gods be damned. Check if he's breathing. Mr. Appledent? Oh well. The halfling moves, his eyes blank and glowing. This will have to do. Oh wait, I didn't want to do that. His throat releases deep thermal vibrations, imitating that of speechcraft. A glow fleet. Oh wait. So this would have happened to me. A ghostly possession. How quaint. His mind is invaded by the animated spirit. Tread carefully. Wait to see what it does. He leans forward in the chair, seemingly looking around limply, smoothly. Then the pale eyes of the halfling land on you. I am Cividix. You have heard of me, no? Oh, so it's the guy. I see. Greeting, Lord Scholar. Beware of the possessed halfling. Some manners. Good. Your foolish attempt at breaking the seals unleashed me, the halfling limply continues. He then opens his mouth, a light consuming the space between you. Oh fuck. The goblin ducks to the side. There. We shall speak uninterrupted. Grab your head and groan. Nonetheless, this is an improvement over being brought back as a tool for that misbred mutant. Tell me, what do you wish to gain from myself, here in this near corporeal form? Or is it this halfling whose foolish ambitions you shall fulfill? Snur Appledet is a great scholar. He will continue your work. This lower being will not do anything beyond digging a hole in the ground. Anything beyond is but a rabbit dreaming of jumping to the moon. Moon, the light of the night, the great source of power that moves along across the sky at night. It has a different color and follows different movements in each band. In Ascani, it is light blue and stays in the sky for far longer than the rest. You may ask whatever questions you have. Only for the esoteric shackles bound around my soul I shall answer. Who was this mutant you mentioned? A damned hag and shags, one crawling around the holes of this horrid place. The holes, a common slang for the central spire of apartments in Tolstad. The lower ones are less fancy. I had hoped for them all to have fallen. Alas, some have clearly clung to a type of disgusting existence. An arcanist? A true one, yes, despite this one being what I would consider a damned idiot. Himfrak Haggenshags is a crazy abomination. He will never return to a sane state no matter his lofty ambitions, and that idiotic greeting of his, it has burned a hole into my mind I will never be able to repair. If you ever see him, kill him. It would be a mercy upon his ancient soul. Greeting? What greeting? That inbred idiot always said the same phrase when I reopened my book. What was it? Ahoy. Idiotic. Never asked me to utter it again. Snur wanted to ask about the anima/animus. Yes, that is my most wish to gather the 6th edition. The dozen copies I crafted each contained a different foreword, each a fragment of my knowledge. My decades of research. I could not publish most of it as it used illegal data gathered during various Arcanist experiments. What did you find? The anima and animus are incomplete ideas. They are but a shade of greater color, a swatch standing amidst a palette of the mind. Through mental tribulations and intense physical exertion, I managed to extract a deeper understanding, a categorization of the mind. There is overlap to general personality research, however, it does not match perfectly, as all creatures seem to exhibit these categories in different forms. 6 categories to be precise. 6? They are not prominent in the thoughts of most. They are not easily pinned down, nor are they practical due to their changing nature. However, there are 6 shades of the psyche which can be practically explored and examined, each on a spectrum on its own. I have distilled them into the following terms: force, agility, body, intellect, awareness, presence. He's close. Each creature has various aspects imprinted onto these 6. For example, the masculine is most often found within the force, though some can see it more within the intellect or presence, while the feminine is most often found within the body or awareness. There is much more to be discovered here. I was in the middle of my latest compilation when disaster struck. Once I return, the work shall continue. I'm a cleric. Do you have some insight about the gods? Gods are but chosen of the outsiders. Being a cleric has shaped the way you see the world. I once interviewed a god during the war, a fellow with light features, his origin tracing back to Forgeni farmers. He was taken to Thazen as a guest, successfully signing a peace between insignificant people in our empire. Not an idiot, despite his poor breeding. It must have been the human blood in that giant's veins. He explained to me the functions of divinity as he and other walking gods experienced it, a view of strength, futures, that of chances and fate. This corroborates the common understanding of your strings as chronologically bound, and it appears walking gods carry an ability to peer through near autonomous divination into the phrase themselves, which explains their rise during the divine era, while simultaneously making their fall during our era all the more embarrassing. Please elaborate. If you cannot understand my very basic explanation, there is no hope for you. In any case, gods are but a relic of a bygone era. You need not think of them any longer. I suggest leaving whatever divine path you are on the same moment the channeling of those powers stops. Belief has no power in yours realm, not in this era of crowds. I'm a wizard. Do you have any knowledge about string research? I do not research the esoteric. What I can tell you is only the common knowledge of the arcanus. Magic is true power, strings are chronological, and the purpose of man is to rule over lesser races. But most humans died in the Coastal War, caused by the Arcanists? 90% yes. However, it is obvious the cause for the war is but the idiocy of those same lesser races. Man did not start the war. Had the esoteric not forsaken the great houses, it would not have become such a drawn-out ordeal. Had the world not cursed our kin, we would today be ruled by the Thasian elite, a wise, righteous, masculine, meritocratic unity. The world would be complete instead of this chaotic and feminine madness you have built for yourself. Whoa, why feminine? You don't like women? I do not feel the need to go into any sort of deep judgment upon the broad strokes of this temporary power structure you live in, but I will suggest you get control of the anima. It is nothing but breed contempt when left in charge. I'm a rogue. How do I make money? In a world ruled by free strider ideals, the primary tools of victory are populism, lobbyism, and diversity. What? Populism, seek the favor of the crowd and pure pathos. If reality gets in your way, rewrite facts through the tools of the era. Lobbyism, use wealth to generate political power, to generate more wealth. This is a difficult game, one you must master to win in democracy and liberty. Diversity, break through the spirit of the populace through lack of unity of thought. The gushing wounds of the lower classes cannot coagulate without a solid base. Leave them distrusting of each other, then simply divide and conquer as any classical emperor. I think I understand. I need to win the game. Their filthy game, yes. You see now why they will never be able to sustain themselves. A liberal democracy will always decay in time, as long as they do not perform these three counteracts. First, kill their cultural liberty, to unite the lower classes. Second, kill their effective capital, to destroy the rise of oligarchy. And finally, kill their democracy, in times when reality holds no sway over the average citizen. I'm a druid. What do you know about the primal forces? They are to be welded, to be tamed. The druidic calling is a fool's hope. Storms do not obey men without the power of arcanist wranglement. Do not be so swayed by their hippie bullshit. Tell me about this psychoanalysis thing. At first it was a folly. My sanatorium had many experiments running, some of which involved esoteric hypnosis. However, the data uncovered a clear correlation in patient health when forced to speak about trauma in clinical settings. The art of speechcraft could lessen effects of mental wounds. Could you psychoanalyze me? No. I do not bother handling patients. There is nothing to be gained in performing such degrading acts myself. But how can you deduce your theories if you don't even interact with the people you write about? Such simple work is beneath me. I do not compile data, I debate and compare. Then who does? It does not matter, but if you must know, my service name was Mundus Guy, a hard worker despite his halfling breed. His inane mumblings on dreams and desires was difficult to compile. However, in the end I managed to refine them into real science. Tell me about yourself. I will keep it short. I am the offspring of Thasian nobility, while our stature fell along with our city. I pivoted my education's superior breeding to craft power during the revolution. It was easy. The rabble are mindless and crave etiquette. You're quite the arcanist, aren't you? I am no arcanist. I am simply the result of nobility having to contend in an age of chaos. Look at you now, a spirit in a book. I gladly remain as an apparition if it means not having to share earth and ground with mongrels and peasants. Uh-huh. And how'd you end up like this? The second wave, when the Freestriders grew bold enough to rile the raving mutts into beheading all but the purest of their kin, a purity only proven by loyalty to their ethereal ideals. Ideals crowned in gold and copper. Gold and copper, a phrase from Freeze meaning gold coin and copper press, the two main methods of Freestrider success. Before I could escape that wretched ruin of a city, I was thrown into a dungeon, then weeks later they beheaded me in view of the populace. No trial, no dignity. Even the most base of monarch, even the Shadow Lord himself would not behave so barbaric towards even their greatest rivals. It is a sign of the times, the lack of respect for anything beyond the oh so easily swayed crowd. Why did you stay long enough to be captured? I had my own operations in place. Nothing you need concern yourself with, you man of small stature. You will know in time. They all will. Is your soul in all copies of the 6th edition book? Yes, fragments of the whole. A narcotic spell, not unlike that of lichdom, was undertaken. If you wish to learn more, you will have to survive this next era, for my return will be magnificent. You need any help with that? No. I have nothing more to ask. Move on. Then I will gladly end this inane conversation. I suggest not summoning me again until you have more useful questions, or I will destroy whatever vessel is near. But for now, you have been at the very least shown to be less of an annoyance than that damned Hagenshag. The light emanating from Snur's mouth fades as the final statement erupts. In return, I shall leave this plane once more, without ripping this halfling's mind to shreds. Oh shit, he's talking again? Nor that of your cowering goblinoid servant. Hey now, just watch. The light disappears entirely, and in an instant, the lip movements of Snur turns into a jolt, a gasp of air. Ah, fucking hells. Life is pain. Then he perks up. Cividix. The halfling, sweating and convulsing, immediately grabs a quill and paper. I must write this down. That conversation was extraordinary. You remember it? Of course. Or luckily, I suppose. Good to see he's himself again. Snell leans in and says, might be some long-term effects just going from what little I know about possessions. But yeah, should be cool. There's so much to learn from this absolute piece of shit. Did you manage to write down the foreword? I did. It's in perfect condition. The halfling begins to grasp for paper, more and more paper from his desk. Did you hear that thing about the halfling? Yes. Very interesting. He looks around for a pencil. And the rest? Yes. He looks over his notes. Why did we just accidentally summon the spirit of the dead scholar? Snur hands over the gem-encrusted tome, its latch firmly resealed. It appears to be some kind of necrotic container. A phylactery of sorts, perhaps, but in a literal sense that does not make sense. Rather, my guess is Cividix bound his spirit to all these magical 6th editions, making sure to spread them out across collections in the world. For what purpose? Most likely to bring himself back at some point. How? Who knows? But that book is now yours. Considering the danger involved, I would suggest not opening it up again, at least not without a team of backup exorcists. You don't want to have another chat with the old guy? I'd rather not. I'm much more interested in finding out more about this Gai fellow. Arcanists are well known for appropriating the work of other lesser folk. And considering what we heard here today, I wish to delve more properly into all of this. Snur turns away from the mess on his desk to face you with a confident smile and sweaty brow. This has been a significant step in the right direction. Thank you, cleric. Hey, I got a magic book out of it. A magic book with a ghost in it. Yes, you did. Just try to be careful with it, or do whatever. I'm not your mother. And we shall talk more about this far more in the future. That I promise. Yeah, wasn't the most fun experience to witness either. Until the tea shop is dealt with, please don't open that book again. What, you didn't like the old ghosts now? No, of course not. I had some biased opinions about Arcanists before today. Now I'm solidified in my position. Fuck those guys. Yeah, fuck them. Yeah, he looks very tired. Snur, meanwhile, is already deep in writing. I have some more questions first. He half glances at you whilst continuing to scribble. Of course, go ahead. Now that we've gone through this whole ghost adventure together, can you just, tell me the meaning of life? The halfling groans. Asking me that? Really? Such a cliche. Everybody asks that, but fine, I'll play. If you ask me, the meaning of a life is... Yes? It is? The halfling thinks about it for a second. Lean in. Then he spits out a chortle before telling you. To have a good few orgasms and then die. Oh. Bit shit, yes, I agree. He sniffs and ruffles his big mustache with clawing fingers. Sounds like something a hedonist would say, isn't it? But from what I can see, the secret in that is not so much to seek out the pleasure beyond anything else, but rather to hope, desperately hope, that you never find out which one will be your last. Then I say you will have a happy life. Good enough? I like it. Don't fear the end, live in the moment. Yes, something like that. The only objectively real thing in the sensation that we got here is that in this life is pain. Count yourself lucky every second you feel free from its clutches. That's all for now. Thank you, citizen. Do I get anything from this whole ordeal? Nope. Well, I mean, I still keep that book, right? Sweet. Okay. Can we go back in the dungeons? The depths call to you. Do they? Thanks for the 2 hit points. Where does this take me? Oh. Throne of a modern dragon. We're getting 1d4 hit points. A place where death ends. 2. Is there any... Did I get any new spells? No. Well, I got a cantrip, but I don't need to prepare it. That leaves my thing on, right? Yeah. The river calls to you. Looking inside, you find the spot to be empty. Most contain strange herbs or ashes. This one does not. Cozy spot. The pot was recently emptied. You can still see remnants of dust at the bottom. Not corpse dust, is it? There's fear. You must grow sturdier. You hedonistic fool. Pray the stomach dies unless the mind work without its poison's influence. So I need a what? An 18 in Constitution. Can I do that? Let's see. Plus 3. Plus 1. Plus 3. Plus 2. It calls to you. Home. Pick up the pot. Your hands grasp it. Soon you will be home. You're not serious. Or God, oh gods, you're serious. No, you can't. It's a damn pot. It's a slight improvement. Still horrendous, though. So what is this, a helmet now? Here, can I put some of this stuff back? Oh my god, it increased my constitution by a good bit. Literature. Do I still have to, behold this guy, huh? Do I still have to behold this? Oh my god, I gotta behold everyone! This is an ancient man, one forgotten, misplaced in time. You may learn much from him if you stay in his good graces. Neutral evil. Sweet. And my dexterous options? $27. A lawful evil. Usually kobolds are only dangerous in large numbers. This one appears extremely deadly on his own. Beware. There's something deeper in his connection to his master. This kobold holds the pale man as the highest possible value. Literally his personal god. Interesting. Yes, he says it with a smile before putting away some of the documents before him. I have some personal questions. Mumble, are you evil? A faint smile appears on its face. That is for the gods to decide. Creepy. Yeah, he's evil. Terrible darkness hides beyond those words. He's joking, come on. Wiggling its little clawed feet, the kobold follows your every move with cold and flinching yellow eyes. Even the small blade can fell a giant. Watch out for this one. Master say behave. That's some questions. Yeah, no questions, I guess. Any other things I can interact with? Okay, I guess I should go back into the stuff, the dungeons. Find some more things. I have to interact with these when I'm not with Snell, because he, like, doesn't want time to be wasted, I guess. Wait, does Druid craft? Oh, there's so many guys here! Thank you. This looks like the kind of rock you can stand on to gain attention. Okay, are these all the little guys, or...? These things are cute as hell. Petrified longbow. Such a horrifying visage. This wizard, you can find something interesting upon its petrified surface. Green rat. Looks like everything. Who's this? Moongore HWBG Gardens. The bugbear they keep talking about. Alright, let's get strong. Let's get yoked. Nat 20. Bugbear, level 3 fighter, chaotic evil. A brute, a beast, and a warrior, she could break you easily. Loyalty is a fickle thing. Her lies with a halfway for the sake of coin and shelter, but also something else, something more ethereal. Ogres, hobgoblins, ettins, trolls. The bugbear stands among them all as chargers of the Ascani wilds. You have heard of their kind finding a place within a civilized society as mercenaries and guards. Moongore is a cliche. What else is there to her? She loves violence, she loves power, she craves the thrill. This is a toxic woman through and through. Perhaps you should get to know her better. Well, if she's toxic, maybe not. Although, hold on a second. What's this bow? A bow wielded by some great adventurer centuries ago. Unfortunately, that adventurer ended at the gaze of a basilisk. The bow is 100% esoteric and rock. I don't need this much wisdom. I can do with a bit more constitution. Hello. Human. A hairy beast towering over you. Its face contorted into a stern and possibly permanent frown. Watch yourself. This is halfway's territory. This is a bugbear. They are most common in the west, living in the rough lands between Fornip and the VK. This woman does not hold power over you. Do not let her stand in your way. Woman. Oh boy. Yes, this is clearly a female, a real one capable of terror beyond your sight and sound. She notices Snell with you and gives you a nod. Runner? Hey Moongore, things going well? They are going. She nods in your direction. This is your cleric? Seems so, yeah. I thought he'd be taller, she says with a scoff. Bow. I am the cleric. Nice to meet you. The bugbear places a hand on her weapon. You speak and people hear a cleric. Do not cause trouble. A morning star. Beware. Morning star? No, that is clearly just a spiked mace. I believe the term is flanged mace. A club. Keeping it simple. Great. She will not use it. I have some questions about the day of the tea shop explosion. I felt a slight rumble in the earth. I was down here guarding the roots. So nothing too out of the ordinary? Nothing I have to tell you, human. There's a dwarf who says you won't let him pass here. The dark dwarf, yes. He asked for access to the cell tunnels. He is not permitted. Because he's a dwarf? A dark dwarf? No, he is not permitted because he's a dungeoneer. Lady Sageleaf does not allow looters on our grounds. Only official expeditions. Am I an official expedition? She glances at Snell, who shrugs. More or less, she frowns. If you go into the cell tunnels, beware of monsters. They crawl in from below, infesting the caverns. We clean them out every other week, but they return often. Isn't the pest control guild supposed to take care of stuff like that? She lets out a deep laugh. Pest control? Those pussies won't step below the lower, especially on Tolstad. Bunch of weaklings looking for easy payouts. If we can't deal with it ourselves, we hire outside muscle, but not the PCG. PCG Pest Control Guild. Historically, the PCG have trouble dealing with a massive amount of requests of monsters and esoterical things crawling through Norfolk. Who needs some water? Where is it? There it is. The Pest Control Guild works closely with clerics whenever they need heavy muscle. Back in the day, retired clerics would often gravitate towards a PCG, but these days most clerics don't want to get their hands dirty in that sort of way. Dangerous work for real men. What kind of monsters? All kinds. Anything that crawls through the cracks of the sea below. All kinds? Tell me more. Last month we killed a hook whore. It was a great hunt. Before that, a bunch of giant spiders, a great ooze. Last year we had to get a specialist to deal with a hive of cranium ants. They negotiated for days. The worst thing was probably the gricks. I hate those things, but I'm sad to say we have not yet had to deal with the boulette. Boulette, a land shark predator. They burrow through the air with intense speed. They have been known to invade Norvikian streets at times, taking many lives in the process. I do not think those land sharks enjoy tunneling here, but there have been reports of a few of them moving closer to settlements in the last year over in Verdun. I want to skin one of those things one day. That'd be pleasurable. Cool. She grins. Have you seen a man in yellow pass by here? She grunts. This beast can't even speak properly. Is that a yes? I did. Are you looking for this man? Yeah, well, clearly. The bugbear shows you a deep frown and says, if you see him, stick a knife through his heart for me. Wait, why? I saw him approaching from the pillar chamber. Told him to stop to step away from halfway turf. But that bastard, he cast a spell on me. That's awful. No, I was weak. I saw him approaching. He wore an ugly yellow robe. Then he said a few words, and I suddenly happily allowed him to pass. A charm of some kind. I was helpless like a kitten. God, I hate kittens. You can fix her. You hate kittens? Yes, any child beast, really. They are too weak to survive on their own. That is a disgusting feature of adolescence. This chick is crazy. You can fix her. I'll avenge your honor. Salute her. I swear. Okay? You must find this man and punish him. That way you can earn her respect. Do what you want. I do not care. She actually kind of does. You catch her glancing at your figure. What else can you tell me about him? He had slightly darker skin, unlike most pale humans in Norfolk. He carried a backpack and several things. Tools. How much darker exactly? Somewhere between a tan hill goblin and pale fell orcs. That's very good information, thank you. She shrugs. In which direction did he go? Move on. Through the south caves. He points towards the damn tunnel down the slope. I warned him about the monsters as he walked away, because of that darn spell. I would have hoped for him to be dinner for some hook horror dark mantle, but that bastard turned invisible as he entered the tunnel. I hate wizards. Same. Can't stand those nerds. The bugbear lets out a grunt, clearly signaling she's done with this part of the conversation. So I don't want to charm her, because then she'll probably beat my ass. Can I have that spell scroll you got? No, of course not. I got this as a gift. I can't just give it away. From Nessun, right? She told me I should tell you to give it to me. Oh. Okay, then. There's great respect for the elven druid. Okay. I defeated the skeleton in the crypts. You did? Well, she looks you up and down. I'm impressed. Less for us to worry about. Yes! What's it like working for the HWBT? They are good. Lady Sageleaf is a great leader. Her power is overwhelming. I agree. That little goblin woman is enough to break a dozen men. Or more. She looks away for a moment. I've been giving life here, a purpose. While I do not enjoy living among your kind, the goblins are a fine people. Thanks. Not in you particular, weasel. Weasel? I don't think I deserve to be called that. Tell me about this life. Why should I tell you anything? Stare at her. She scoffs. I guard, but I do tend to some gardening duty as well. Keeping the dampness to an appropriate level, and communing with Lord Pooh when the dark elf requires it. The druid, has she taught you magic? No, nothing has shown me tricks. I have no interest in magic and its foul nature. You got a green thumb, eh? No, but I serve well nonetheless. Yet you get to fight a lot of monsters out here? Yes. They often break into the upper city below. It is mostly minor monsters, sometimes a large one. At times undead, fought a ghoul last month. Easy kill, not too interesting. It is my great pleasure to best a dangerous foe. Her smile is horrific and bright. I got some other questions. Of course you do. Nod your head and leave. I'm gonna risk it. Actually, oh, maybe I should look around a little more. What's this? Most central part of the great bracken tree of Tolstad. Among the tangled mess of vines and mossy rocks, you see the thick roots of a bracken tree. They crack open the walls and sitting in this half-dwarf and half-anticipalian chamber. It spreads like a 1,000-footed spider, the natural retaking the artificial. It is beautiful. Touch the roots. They are soft on the surface, a layer of moss. Hello? The tree does not respond. Alas, I don't think it's got a mouth or a brain. I guess you could talk to it with some magic. Then again, I'm no expert. Look beyond the roots. They are thick and create a vast, tight forest. However, there's something there. A space beyond the roots. So this is the bottom of the big tree. Move on. More or less. The roots go deeper, much deeper. Menund Sexicus Puni? The roots slowly but ever so slightly widen, revealing the goods within. The cache has been revealed. Lord Pooh appears to allow you to loot his cache now. How polite. It clearly could not stand your might. Wait, my strength is that high? From what? Oh, I still have that thing there. I guess that's good, but I guess that's good. The cache. Crowns, shard of your incense, and bark skin. What's over here? Anything I'm missing? Thaumaturgy. Oh, there's another guy here. Did I miss it? I did. What up, man? Crowns. What's this thing? A snail shell. It's walking the way. Hail snail. Hail snail. A small icy mollusk spread in esoteric weather events often wreaks havoc on crops and roofs alike. It is a massive unit of a hail snail. It fills the entire eastern passage. Holy hells. That's one thick snail. Don't be rude. He's just a little broad. Nothing wrong with that. The hail snail moves its thick head, the blue eye stalks focusing on you? Possibly? What are you looking at? It does not respond. The goblin waltzes up to it and looks it up and down. He looks almost proud. This guy's been here for months. Last time I was here, he was facing slightly to the left. Moving closer, you do see that the snail is moving. Maybe 10 degrees, or 5, not very fast. The frozen mucus slowly melting around it indicates a pattern. Yes, it is attempting to rotate, by hail snail standards, very, very slowly. It'll be done by next year, probably. Then it'll head straight out of the tunnel in another 1 or 2. Snell, isn't this creature blocking your goblin operations in some way? At first, yeah. Sagely have plans of cleaning up the roots and establishing a mushroom farm against the south and east tunnels. But the prospect of dealing with that kind of cleanup duty wasn't exactly something people were excited by. So when this big boy fell out of a crack last year and the whole thing got postponed, and lots of halfway people were very, very fine with it. He points back through the tunnel. And ever since then, we've only had to deal with invasions from the south tunnels. Oh, so it's used to the east tunnels? Yep. I wanted to go to the east tunnels. Are you saying that only because you can't go there? Yes. Trust me, everything east of here is shit. The east tunnels just lead to a bunch of dangerous trap-filled spiral halls leading to the shifting falls and then the water temple. Technically, there's some routes that lead to the lower palace as well, but if you want to go there, you'd be better off taking the upper paths. Shifting falls. A deep cavernous part of the city below, found underneath the eastern districts of Norfolk. It stretches far down all the way to the gravity flip and is the only discovered part of the city below to do so, known for its magical waterfalls and hanging architecture. I'm already excited for it. You don't have to try it, Snell. Try to sell it, Snell. The goblin just looks at you, his gaze giving you a type of neutral, dissociated look. Basically, the snail halved our work down here is what I'm saying. He turns to the creature and yells, "So take your time, will ya? All the time in the world. I want to pet the hail snail." Why? That would be very cold. A lovely sentiment, but it could hurt you quite a lot. Frostbite is no joke. You could probably make a joke about frostbite if you tried hard enough. People have lost limbs to it, fingers, noses, even toes. It is not a joke. Oh, I got one. What do you call the guy who lost his toes to frostbite? No, don't. Come on, don't be boring. Seriously, don't. Fine, you'll never hear the punchline then. Good, one less mean joke in the world. Yeah, I still want to pet the hail snail. Then do it, with gusto. The esoteric frost will damage you. Pet the hail snail. You reach forth and place a gloved hand upon the teal and mucus-covered shell. It is hard and the air is freezing cold. Your hand begins to burn. Pull your hand back. Ouch! Do you have to touch everything? I figured it was clear by the bone-frigid temperature that it'd be really stupid to pet a magical ice snail, but that's just me. A deep clicking emanates through the eastern tunnel. The hail snail speaks. Oh, is that what they sound like? Rub your frozen hand. By the gods. Yeah, don't get him angry, we like this guy. The snail's not angry, not. Those clickings, they are a happy noise. Let's speak with it. A deep clicking emanates from the hail snail as the spell's esoteric tinkle fades. A clicking that slowly transforms into a sentence. Little guy, you are a friend? Yes, I am. I am a friend. Friend. The snail's muttering echoes through the cavern. I am Rechem. Lord Rechem Namu, you stand before a solemn soul. You're a solemn soul? Why? I am trapped. The cold, it holds me. I sleep, but not sleep. Esoteric ice binds me. My children, they sleep too. We cannot move. Half hibernation. His own esoteric cold has trapped him. A feedback loop of magic and ice. The Lord of what? Lord and my escargot Torah. My children, 6 in number. They are small still, but they will grow, as I have grown. An snail family, all trapped in the same hibernation. How did you end up here? I fell asleep in this hallway months ago. When I woke, I was growing, larger and larger, and colder and colder. The esoteric cold, it feeds on itself. Now I cannot move, cannot warm, cannot wake. A tragic loop. His own magic trapping him. You might be able to help. If you understand esoteric pockets well enough. What are you voting in the election? Election? What is election? It's when people choose their leaders. Choose? We do not choose. The strong, they lead. The old, they guide. This is the way. But if I must vote, I vote for whoever helps snails. We are forgotten. Always forgotten. Do you know anything that could help me when it comes to the mystery of the tea shop that blew up? The tea shop? I do not know this. I know only cold, and sleep, and the slow turning. That's all I wanted to activate the spell. The words of the snail slowly transform back to a solemn clicking noise. Could I break the esoteric effect causing the snail lord's hibernation? You have a feeling you could. In either case, you must try. Help him. You focus on the esoteric strings, the ley lines connecting the snail to the pocket dimension. There, you see it. The instability, the crack in the magic. Heat, that's all it needs. You press against the barrier, the pocket shudders, then shatters. The esoteric ice begins to melt. Slowly, very slowly. But it's working. You did something? Yeah, I broke the esoteric effect. Oh, so that means it'll move away from the passage? Well, yeah. Right, that'll make Lady Sagely very happy, he groans. He would have preferred for the snail to remain, but he will not complain about it beyond these guttural noises. Step back. The snail lets out a blubbering, clicking noise. Other sounds echo from deeper in the hallway. His family's awakening all together now. You should return later after a rest. This will be done by then. I'll leave them to it. Oh, so I can only prepare 12 spells, or is that the amount I have prepared at the moment? What else? What's this? A central rock. You step on the rock. Around you lies the vast chamber of root and stone, of dwarf and primal forces pressing up against one another. One part struggle, one part harmonic symbiosis. This is the vessel in which the great break-in tree of Tolstad is nurtured. This well, its beating heart. Also, you can absolutely make some noise in here. Try it. Don't make this about yourself. A rock like this is a keystone of the community, not a tool of the individual. It's a platform, a scene. Scenes are made for bringing attention to those who deserve it, i.e. you. Yell, I am the lord of this dwarf fortress. Your voice echoes out among the tangled roots. What are you doing? Since no one of importance heard you, you can make any statement you want. It literally doesn't matter, unless you care about what the goblin thinks of you. I'm making a statement, Snell. It's even a bit imperialist or colonialist, if you ask me. Oh no, I didn't realize. I apologize. As an Asgal, so I never endorse any imp and or colonialist related statement. I'd say your job makes that difficult. Due to everything that I am in my job. A man, a soldier, a political figure, an impressive spellcaster, and worst of all, a living human being in a world where humans have destroyed so much that our folk-wide sin determines my fate before I'm even born? Sure, but let's go with that. You speak, and then Masses hear a leading Asgal's voice. Step down from the rock. Now let's see, such a horrifying visage. Stepping in front of the petrified person statue, you get a sudden sense of paranoia, as if someone is listening in. It's difficult not to. You're very loud. Who said that? Over here, buddy. By the nose. That voice must be some kind of telepathy. Find the source. Who said that? Gah, stop thinking so loud. It's giving me a damn headache. Your eyes land upon the nose of the stone statue. At the very tip, you see something. Something tiny and unremarkable. A simple ant. Unremarkable? We might be tiny, but trust us, we got a bite. I stare at the ant. Sup? We are one of many. Freaking great to meet with you, buddy. Am I going crazy? You can call us one. We didn't really used to have a name since we're a high mind. So one will do for now. Right. Good to meet you, one. Yeah, good to meet you too. Huh? The goblin stares at you, then stares at the statue. You having a moment or something? Point at Snell. Explain this to my companion so he doesn't think I'm crazy, please. Right. Sup, dude? You a goblin? Snell perks up and looks around. Psychic ant. Point at the statue's nose. Oh, he gets ready to smash it. No, relax. We're alone, and it's just, we need to ask for a favor. The goblin stops. Do you know how much trouble you cranium ants have caused us? We had to hire a specialist just to get you to leave. Yeah, it was a whole thing. But we left you once. Let bygones be by the gones, as I say. He stares at the ant for a few seconds, and he frowns. Fuck it. Sure. As long as you guys don't return, then fine. What do you want? We need your help. We were driven from the area a while ago, but we left me behind. We left me? This whole identity thing is really new to me. I've never been disconnected from the hive for this long. It's really difficult. You don't want to be an individual? I think it's pretty great. I haven't really thought about it too much. But sincerely, that just sounds like a thing for you non-hivers. But if you help me out, how about we give you something in return? Oh, that sounds like a quest. Yes! We know the location of a secret stash. It's buried in the Undercoast path, like below this place. Below the city below? Right below it. That's low. Sure is. The Undercoast path leads all the way down to the Undercoast. Right past a gravity flip. Although you won't need to go that far down. It's too dangerous for someone like you anyhow. A single cranium ant is not dangerous. Their psionic strength is counted en masse. 1,000 of these are required to do anything but normal ant-sized power moves. You must help this creature. It is asking for your help, and it would really not be that much of a hassle. Be nice, carry the ant. Aren't you afraid of getting, crushed, since you're so tiny? Nah. My telekinesis isn't too powerful going solo, but it's enough to keep myself defended from boots in any crevices I might fall into. One is a good name. It is a function, but don't get used to it. You don't have a name in your hive? Nah, no need. We're all one there. Creepy. Must be nice to be a part of something larger. Only nice to be a part of a hive if you're the queen or king. What are you voting in the election? Election? Oh, I've heard about that. It sounds like your kind's way of trying to emulate our hive-mindedness. You know, everyone's getting to voice their opinions leading to a unified direction. Except you get to think for yourself. Suppose that ain't too bad. Although it sounds inefficient as all hells. Sure is. Always pros and cons. Although I imagine it's a bit different if you actually get to have an individual mind on things. You know, think about yourself, by yourself, with yourself. Something to think about, huh? What do you know about the tea shop? Yes, the ant might have picked up something interesting about the explosion. Explosion? Oh, so that's what that was the other day. Old cavern show. Crazy stuff. The ant doesn't know anything interesting. It's an ant. Hey, that's not fair. I'm real perceptive, you know? There was some stuff happening after the shaking, I'll admit. A human in yellow clothing went past the roots. He did something esoteric to get to the hairy brute to get in. I assumed he'd come back screaming from the south tunnels, but I never saw him again. That's all? That's it. I'll let you know if I find something new, I guess. Pick up the ant. I'll get you to your brothers, my friend. Yay! You're a real cool guy, buddy. We'll be sure to remember you as one of the good ones. Once I get back, that is. Alright, so, questing time. You should go down below to the undercoast path and talk to the ant. Just pick him out of your pocket one at a time or something like that. Thanks. Put the ant in your pocket and leave. Dusk. There's something interesting about this petrified wizard, is there now? A figure stands before you, frozen in stone, completely petrified. Their arms are raised defensively, hands covering their face. A posture of pure terror. Basilisk victim. Nasty way to go. Why do you guys just have these statues in the area? We don't make the rules clear. The old lady would love to clean these up, but there are laws against it. This is designated as a dungeon area. Not as in the jail-type dungeon, but as in the dangerous monster territory. So if we find petrified victims, no matter how old, we're not allowed to even touch them. Only clerics can do that. And we don't have clerics with spells powerful enough to reverse basilisk victims. That seems to be the case, eh? Anyway, try not to peg this poor sod. Examine the figure. The details are perfectly preserved in stone. Every fold of fabric, every strand of hair. Petrification captures everything in the moment of death. Look at their robes. Ornate robes with arcane embroidery. A wizard. The style is old, decades maybe longer, from the arcane era by the look of it. Look closer at the cloak. Interesting. There's a rectangular shape pressed against their chest. A book, clutched beneath the robes. It has been turned to stone along with its wielder. Try to see the book more clearly. You peer between the stone folds of fabric. One page is partially visible. The text upon it is still somewhat legible. Stone does not completely obscure ink if the pressure was hard enough. Lean in. The handwriting is cramped, a wizard's notes. Most of the page is obscured by the angle in the stone, but one phrase stands out clearly. Written in bold lettering at the top. Read it. Master Hagenshags, I will learn. A formal phrase like a student's oath, or a passphrase. Hagenshags. That is the name of the greatest, as one of the greatest houses of Arcanus in Old Dimenor. You commit it to memory. Somewhat interesting, I suppose. Leave. What is this? Beware monsters. It's dark in here. Oh. A divine era mural. A tall stone mural stands before you. White main craftsmanship. 3 serpentine figures carved and painted into the surface. Divine serpents. Each coiled and intertwined with the others. Step closer. The colors are faint, but still there. Greens, reds, yellows. The artistry is breathtaking. Highly detailed yet brutish. Ancient techniques. This was made by skilled hands during the divine era. Obviously a white main remnant. Examine the serpents. 3 distinct figures, each with different coloring. The top serpent has sharp teeth, predatory. The middle one appears more serpentine, elegant. The bottom one has unusual markings. They're interconnected, bound together, some kind of divine symbolism. What's the meaning behind the mural? Religious art, inane really. The white main believed in divine triads, 3 aspects of power. Creation, destruction, balance. Body, mind, spirit. 2 serpents stretching from a singular point. One creature with many dual faces. Only in balance between the 2 can the soul retain its divinity. The specific meaning is lost, but the reference is clear. This is a sacred image. Further down this path there should be an actual temple. Find it, learn more about these noble creatures. What do you make of this wonderful artwork? The freaky serpent picture? He shrugs. There's a ton of these all over the place. You either got snail memorabilia or these lion-style pieces. Nothing else? I'd say 90%. From what I've learned in school, it was snails first, then lion, then trolls, then humans. He smirks. Then goblins, of course. Don't you dare stage a coup. You can't stop me. The goblin laughs. Do what you do. Then let's keep moving. The southern tunnels are always filled with scary shit. Touch the carvings. The stone is smooth. Cool. Worn by time, but still detailed. The white man knew how to work alone. What are those? So many earth folk, so much suffering. Hey, some health back. Vitality started to gain 3d4 hit points. Beware the crunch. Lighting up the passage like a miniature sun, you see the Golden Horde Ambassador. How lucky to have run into you here again, Cleric, for I have a message for you. Its light flutters. And you too, Snell? Yeah. Hey, your companion says at a very comfortable distance. Bow your head. Ambassador? I should tell you, Cleric, your message from our previous meeting has been received by higher powers. Higher powers? Higher voices within the choir. The Golden Horde knows well there are many thoughts within the city which are all interesting to hear. If we were to require such thoughts of a Norvikian cleric, I shall be sure to keep you in mind. The light dances across your uniform, near blinding you in this dark place. What are you doing down here? I'm following up on a lead. By looking at... These halls are esoteric, I am sure you are aware. While these skulls are simply the work of your recent ancestors, these rocks contain something else entirely. Look at them. These are indestructible murals, primitive in a way, eternal in their beauty. The choir wishes to have them recorded. This is what I have done. They sent an ambassador to look at some cave paintings? Yes. Archaeological endeavor I gladly perform. The light grows and then shrinks. Do you have a permit to be down here? No. No. I have immunity. So what, you can just do crimes? No. However, if you wish to bring this minor issue up with your patriarch, I will receive it in haste. I promise. You learned anything interesting while down here? Nothing I can disclose. As the cleric, I demand you tell me what you know. Your demand has been received. It shall be considered. I have some things to take care of, so... Being a cleric courses through decisions like second nature. As do I. My dealings here are complete. Thank you for this conversation, cleric. The light shall reach you again one day, I am sure. The ambassador eerily begins to float away towards one of the many pits of the southern caverns, the radiant light leaving along with any traces of light. Good talk. Cool, cool. Please don't step on the literal human skulls, I won't. Cave paintings? Strange markings cover the cave walls, painted in faded pigments, humanoid figures, simple, primitive. Red and white against the dark stone. Multiple figures depicted across several surfaces. Examine the paintings. You step closer to inspect them. The style is unsettling. Crude stick figures with circular heads. Arms spread wide. Some kind of ritual or dance. Count the figures. You scan across the walls. 3 distinct figures, each a unique design. Ivsex called these indestructible murals. Indestructible, yes perhaps. Run your hand over the paint again. There appears to be a layer of protection around each part of the paintings. Most of the rock itself too. A spell above yours limits protect them. They survived perfectly. No fading, no degradation. Despite what should be millennia of exposure. That's very esoteric. Quite so. These look human. They do. Humanoid at least. 2 arms, 2 legs, round head. But the style is too simple to determine species. Could be human, could be something else. Snell, your people ever make art like this? Goblins? He laughs. We weren't even on this continent when these were made. My guess would be pre-Fade, maybe? Pre-Fade? Before the Fade era? That would make these incredibly ancient. Let's get smart in here. If I can. Doesn't seem like I can get too smart. +7 with advantage is good. There we go. You study the figures carefully. The pigments, the style, the preservation. It's not white mane nor snail folk in origin. These paintings predate all of them. Before the snail folk? Yes. Before the Fade era. At the earliest, these should be dated to the early Gate Wars, long before recorded human history. They do look quite alien. What are these creatures supposed to even be? These could be depictions of a forgotten beast of yore, a folk type or higher being connected with yore. Though the less exciting answer would be, these are rare aberrations depicted by whatever people inhabited Ascan before the Tulin cattle. I choose to believe these are super interesting alien artwork that just happens to be left here below the city. Right, Put away your sketches and leave. Okay. I thought I was going to be able to say more dialogue choices, but I guess not. Yeah, I put my light. Loot here. Oh my god, so much loot. So much loot, it's nuts. Bone dust. Wait. A shard of yore. A hat. A yellow hat? You grab the smooth fabric. Yeah, this is like 1,000 crowns worth of esoteric cloth. Whoever dropped this is either rich as shit or had to run from something real dangerous. Your companion looks around, a bead of sweat rolling down his brow. Our Frank must have gone through here. It's been eye-open. It is yours now. A fancy hat made out of a premium quality silken yellow fabric. This is the kind of hat you'd expect to see on a high-class free strider. Whoever owned it previously must have gotten lost in the horrors of the city below. You, however, obviously cannot wear it. It's nowhere near helm-like enough. Though you could carry it around, maybe? I can't just put that on my head? Lame. Let's put on... Let's put on enhance ability just in case. Just in case things get spooky. The dungeon continues far into the west part of Tolstad. Esoteric lockpick! +3. A throbbing, twitching, electrifying little tool. It yearns for the lock. If you stick it in, it will do the work for you. It makes easy work of any lock-picking job. Sweet! Oh no. You see it. It's a damn monster! To your right. Here you go. It sees death. The goblin jolts to the side. Cleric, there's... Huh? Oh damn. Oh no. Dexterity check, roll initiative. 13, that's not bad. Nat 20! One of the stalagmites has sprouted a particularly nasty looking moth. I see it. It was hidden well, but your eyes perceive the strings. Flung around the cavern comes a long, rubbery tendril, right towards your face, lashing. Ouch. It strikes your armor, but it is okay, for you are a tank. Tank. Motorized armored vehicle employed during the late Coast War. They are famous for their anti-magic shields being often used to push through abjuration lines, first deployed during the legendary Battle of Phazon. A duel of fates. It is time to defeat this beast for real. Stop. Think for a moment. It will be worth the investment. Am I just in a fist fight with a monster? Isn't it glorious? You're a distraction. If you hold out long enough, the goblin will eventually destroy the rope. Take it out. Take it, hold out. You notice its tendrils slashing along the ground. If you were to stomp on it, then it could surely weaken it. That is a great idea. Should I run? Might be a good idea. Then again, you'll probably have to go through here at some point. But this will be very, very dangerous. I need to think for a second. Yes, you do. There's no time, just fight. Figure out a potential weakness. Well, that's great. You look at the creature trying to figure it out. Anything. Any secret it might hold. This esoteric creature will surely be weak to all kinds of magic, but your thoughts are interrupted by the screeching maw of the beast. Gods be damned. You take a breath. Here we go. The goblin mutters as he springs out a sling in one swift motion. Gods bless my bullet. He fires off a shot, hitting the beast right at the center of its mass. But it just bounces off. The roper shrieks, clearly angered. Your prey. The roper lashes out again, striking at your legs. It hits you, causing you to fall down on your knees in pain. Make this happen. I can try attacking the tentacle, right? Oh yes. Smash it. Maybe not. Just punch it. I don't think this is working out. Don't be like that. Keep your spirit up. You still got a chance here. Let me try attacking it. Okay, yeah, this should be easy. There we go. Lady Fair? Oh, this is feminine? At just the right time, you stomp down your boot on the lashing tendril. You feel the hard but soft tissue squish under your weight. The roper screeches, its maw widening. Take that, motherfucker. Language. Sorry. Breathe. Ugh. I'll hit him, I swear to the gods. The goblin lines up a shot, and it hits the roper right next to its large eye, but it just seems to bounce off. Cocksucker! Even still, the creature just gets distracted by the shot. The roper roars. The beast lunges forward way farther than you expected. Its maw brushes up against you and bites down. Oh my god, I got so lucky there. It goes right through your chainmail, a deep wound gushing blood. Claire, shit! I'm okay. Cough up blood. Keep at it, there's still time. Dance around it, and yell, then get ready to dodge. You jump and stay quick on your feet and scream at the roper and wave your arms. As you do, the creature clearly focuses on you, even more than before, but you're ready for any attack. One last breath. Come on, Snell. He whispers to himself and lines up a shot. Just like target practice. With a snap, he launches the bullet. It hits the beast right in the eye. Yes, take that, you piece of shit. It roars and is bleeding from its central eye, but is still standing, now just angered, and maybe a little sad. Just one more shot, keep it distracted. This is the end. The beast will be felled. The horrible creature stumbles forward as the maw widening. Snell, kill it! On it! I'll punch him. With force. In perfect form, your fist makes contact with the beast's horrible, unblinking eye. The softness of it molds around you, and a flood of warm, disgusting yellowish blood begins to flow out from the hole. Ew! It shrieks and pulls back. The terrible noise disappears into the abyss. Tentacles writhing, the roper blindly flees. In its panic, it runs right over the edge. Begin breathing again. You fill your lungs with air. Your knees are weak. The goblin leans on his knees and groans. That one was tight. But, well done. Thank you for saving me. Leave, thankfully. I need a heal from that. 14. Wow. Okay. Let's see what's here. What's a dancing light? Let's see. What's this? Another god, but there's something to its eye. Thank you for the hit points. Leaves left to dry for a long time. I have so much incense. I'll just smoke it all. A grand engraving of the divine era. Among the fallen and the broken of an ancient world lies among them a single structure, a monument to a forgotten power. At the top, a cracked lion's head glares at you, a one-eyed line with a single dark and empty socket. A shrine like any other. You feel at home on your knees here. Of course you do. Silence, degenerate. Shrine to what god? White mane. They lived here. Not first, not last. Does it work? You may prepare spells here, yes. There is a connection to divinity. Shrines like this often hold a latent connection to your strings. If you can do it at the shrine of one dead god, why not another? Do not compare Earth to this cat god. If you think your god is somehow unique, then you are sorely mistaken. You seen anything like this now? Sure. Looks like a normal cat thing. There's a ton of them all over the city, if you know where to look. Are you some kind of type of cat expert? No. He speaks truth. Hard to tell exactly what's going on here due to the rubble and the dust. You try investigating it more closely, but remember, the white manes are famous for their traps, so be careful. Take a step closer. Move on. You look over the front of the shrine, seeing traces of markings on the ceiling. Look for that symbol Azkel was talking about. You dust off the front of the shrine, then the sides of the shrine. It is faint, but there's some type of symbol on it. It's able to tell what is a weathered scratch and what's a creative choice. Look closer. Yes, a symbol. A symbol of a sun, definitely. If this is what Azkel wanted you to find, you found it. Huh. So what do I do now? Go get back to your dwarf buddy, of course. Yes. Tell Azkel about this information, about this symbol. He would be grateful for the information. Very grateful. Like, get a nice payday grateful. You find what you're looking for? Yep. Great. Happy for you. His tone of voice indicates, please, please, can we leave this scary ruin now? Or maybe I'll just be happy that he's happy. We'll all be happy together. That sounds lovely. I like the sound of that. I want a payday too. Who doesn't? I should get back to Azkel then, to those other ruins. Man, there's a lot of ruins down here. Yes, you should, right away. What's that light from the ceiling? It is an illusion. Do not mind it. It is absolutely not the sun. Glancing upwards reveals a race to be nothing but a magical tingle on your eyes. But there's a no esoteric pocket, but it most likely once was. Ooh, I can prepare all the spells I have. Sweet. Investigate the shrine. Yeah, I'm pretty sure unless I roll like a legit nat one, I'm bound to get that right. Your gloved hand glides over the markings on the front of the shrine. There's something there, inside the stone, and it's text. Tracing your fingers, you realize something is written faintly scrubbed down over centuries into the surface of the shrine. It says, El Ojo Rojo Vigila Tus Logros. You take a step back and mumble it to yourself. It means the red eye. The red eye watches over you. Does that mean anything? Probably. They wouldn't just write that on a shrine for no reason. He shrugs. They honestly might have, but who knows? You glance upwards at the lion's head. The eye socket. Perfectly sized for a gemstone. This is obviously a secret you would have to... This is obviously a secret you would be able to trigger in case you insert the correct gemstone. Look at the eye socket. The stony lion's head glares at you with that one sunken dark eye. So I need to insert a gemstone here? Yes, either a ruby or a jacinth would be a rather practical guess. These barbaric civilizations, if you can even call them that, were all the same. Shiny rocks and mysterious temples use esoteric triggers. I'll need to find one then. Indeed. Poke your finger in the hole. You do so sticking it in. First an inch, then two. Then your whole index finger. This is a great way to lose a body part. There are many tales of dark voids that consume any inserted limbs. Wiggle it around. You do so. For some reason, nothing happens. You feel the inside of the lion's head. It appears hollow. The goblin stares at you, questioning expression. Take out your finger and hope it remains attached to your hand. You slowly pull out. Your index luckily remains. Phew. I'm done checking out the eye socket, but something is missing, perhaps. So I need to go find something, it seems. Okay. And what's past here? Who put these barrels here? Another one-way door. Anything around here? There's a potion of healing among these empty bottles. Apples. Yum. So much food. There's a lot of food. Anything around here, perhaps? What the hell is that? These are the sewers below water. I want to check out what the hell this is. That's an esoteric pocket. Avoid it. I don't want to avoid it. How can I do something with it? A grill and some crates? At the end of the sewer path, you encounter a stove. Around it sit some crates and what looks like a ragged bed doll. This is a camp. Who camps in the sewers? We've got ourselves a big sewer rat here. Big enough to camp and cook. The goblin looks around the dark, damp tunnel. I don't like this one bit. Feel the stove. It is not entirely cold. Recent, huh? Is it normal to camp in a place like this? No, cleric. Norvik sewers are notoriously dangerous. No sane person would rest here or survive. Look around. Some rats scurrying and some movement in the water. Stay wary. What are these crates? Move on. Leaning in, you see the symbols hatched into the corners of the wood. HWBT. Huh. The goblin inspects them as well. We've had shipments going missing in Waterlane in periods. Now I know where they'd end up. Where they end up, he taps the crate. Spices. Taps another. Potatoes. Food? Just food. Over time, it's been a lot. Yes, these crates hold food. Why food? Look around. A glance reveals most are empty. Whoever is down here is clearly siphoning off resources from the halfway bridge tribe. Why food in the sewers? Foolish question. Obviously, this is a hideout of some kind. I've been trying to nail this thief for a while. Figured it was some organized thing. And considering the size of this hall, it's gotta be. And you never thought to check the sewers? Of course not. It's not even connected to Waterland, except for the water flow, and that's... He stops and squints at the water. Those motherfuckers. You see what they're doing? I have a feeling you're gonna tell me. They've been dumping crates into the water flow, then catching them down here. Probably with a net or something. The goblin glances around the tunnel. Diabolical. I'd be impressed if it wasn't my job to keep track of this shit. A hunter. Why food? You know, I've been asking myself that very question, and I can never quite figure it out. And look, the goblin shoves a loose lid of a crate, revealing an empty inside. Oh gods, they've got a mega monster down here. It's either that or... Hold on, a mega monster? Is that an official classification? No, it is now. I don't think you have that authority. Of course you do. Of course I do. I'm the cleric. Right. You have become what many aspire to be, a devoted cleric. He no longer cares. Off the top of your head, you calculate that 3 full-grown adult men could live on this amount without problem. Or one very large creature, like a Loxori or a Minotaur. Loxori, elephant folk, known for their massive size and ability to keep growing their entire lives. As part celestials, most of them live in Divini Torvinian, although some are known to migrate peacefully into the valleys of Visca peaks and from their Girikut homeland. The dwarves generally have a very good relationship with them. Girikut. The nomadic central land of the Luxori, a white mountain with a bowl-shaped miles-wide valley at its peak. All Luxori are said to travel there once in their long lifetimes. Comes creeping. Oh. Oh no. This is making me hungry. Really? You? Why do you act surprised? I'm a human who eats food. That's normal. I am normal, Snell. Look around. You do not. No, it's just... Or look normal. I haven't seen you eat anything but apples, I think. I think I ate some mushrooms off the walls, too. Right. Not a pretty sight. But look, I just assumed you weren't the type to get hungry. I guess I'm not exactly a foodie. That does explain it, a bit. Right behind. So what do you propose? Should we keep guard and see if they come back? Possibly. We could also go get backup. I know we're on the tea shop mission, but quest. What? The tea shop quest. Right. Anyway, this is kind of a big deal for the halfways. Lady Sageleaf will be happy to finally get this thorn cut down. We should go get backup. Yeah, probably for the best. I somehow have the feeling that whatever's eating all this won't be too happy about us finding the stash. Your very flesh. Your companion gasps for air as he glances back. He watches his entire being suddenly leaves his corporeal body. For an instant, he is not a goblin. He is a ghost. Crod hungers. Turn around. Turn around. The goblin is already on the move, his sling loaded, spinning, aiming. To see Hunt come to Crad? How good. What is that? You watch the hulking mess of flash and wet scales rising from the shadows of the sewer. A crocodilus. Rare sentient folk, mainly encountered in the swamplands of Heiji. Extremely deadly, beware. It towers over you, its gaping mouth widened into what could be construed as a mocking smirk. Roll initiative. 18! 20, that's good. Earth bless your soul. Snell's sling creates an incredible sound echoing down the tunnel. He lets his stone fly in a powerful blast. The projectile hits the monster right on the neck, causing him to let out an angry growl. This is your dragon. You must stand tall as it consumes you. You are food. There's not much time. But if there's any chance to de-escalate, do it now. Charm person. Sure. Success. You whisper the words in a rushed tone and snap your fingers. Immediately you see within the smirking beast's eyes that twinkle. The charm lit it perfectly. Hey, buddy! It stops. A creepy, croaking noise comes out of its maw. What are you? Gesture for Snell to be quiet. Crod greets friend. Take a deep breath. And friend's little snack. The goblin takes a deep breath, leaning on his knees. I'm a little snack, alright. That does not mean anything. The goblin is delirious from adrenaline. Crod offers guidance to friend. How goes the hunt? The beast has a different tone with you now, as if his bloodlust was instantly sated. Whom do you serve? Crad hunts for Bulbasaur. That's not what I asked. Whom do you serve down here? Crad does not. Crad follows the hunt. That's like one of those fairy tale titans, I think. Creepy. Why are you down here? Crad lurks until next hunt. Right. When's that? Soon. Nice. Horrifying and vague. Did you steal from the halfway bridge tribe? Steal? Crad take what Crad needs. Tell me about yourself. Crad follows the hunt. That is all about Crad. Can you promise not to kill us? He looks you up and down. Crad does not kill. Crad cannot kill. Wow, a pacifist, huh? Crad does not know this. Gods be damned. Why does it feel like the fight's not over yet? Alright then, break the spell. Hope you know what you're doing, cleric. As the charm fades from the beast's dead eyes, it lets out a rumbling noise. Gah. Crad is bored. You are cleric now. The goblin takes a deep breath, then he hisses at you under his breath. Do not push your luck. I am the cleric, yes, get it right. The croco beast tail whips around, sending dust up into your face. Your name and cleric are becoming one and the same. Do not be trouble, and Crad will not be trouble. The beast lumbers over to the encampment. You look on, taking heavy breaths. Snell leans on his knees. He appears to be shaking. Adrenaline running out. Weak knees, dizzy skull. Crad sits down on a crate in front of the little stovetop. Hunt is done for daytime. Now is rest and cooking. What in the world have you stumbled onto here? Gulp and approach his camp. Huh. Alright, I guess I should behold him now. Crocolistofolk, level 11 barbarian. A mad flesh-eating beast of yore from the swamps of Heiji. Why he hasn't eaten you yet, you do not know. A masterful chef, his passion is cooking. Fried, stewed, pickled, boiled, Crad knows all, and his palate is expansive, you included. His restraint is not from etiquette nor kindness. This is a monster spawned from generations of hunters inflicted by the red mist of the tree of the spiral. Hags made him. He is birthed from evil. Interesting. The hulky beast looks at you with a deep hunger. Your gut biome quivers. Crad greets human. Have you seen a man in yellow going past here? Crad has seen this, yes. Oh, you have? Yes. Crad saw a human in yellow go past. Crad meant to eat such fancy human, but this human was fast and turned invisible before Crad could approach. Huh. Crad did hear fancy yellow human speak to self while walking past. Human said, "Where is this damn secret passage again?" Secret passage? Where? Crad does not know. Are you lying to me? Crad does not need to lie. So he went into the dungeon. Fancy human came from southern caves going into dungeon. Yes. Alright, thanks for the info. Move on. The monster smirks, or makes no expression at all because it always smirks. What's it like working for Viskim? Okay, I guess I don't get to know. What do you hunt down here? Many things. Crad, dive, and stalk. There's wild land below. Far, deep, dark. You find anything good down there? Yes. Crad takes many trophies. From big chicken to little drake, and those of many, many teeth and eye. Most are not tasty, some very. He glanced at your companion. You. The goblin does a comically loud gulp. He tries to play it off. Nice. Little green men, you are not tasty and not even fun to hunt. But you look spicy. He holds up a hand and a stern face. I can assure you I am not. The croc lets out an amused growl. But not above here, right? You stay out of the city? Yes. Crad hunts in the wilds. Urban sprawl is too easy. When Crad has mission, the hunt begins. Mission? The croc smirks. Crad says nothing. The goblin leans towards you and whispers, "Don't." Where else do you hunt? Crad hunts where he pleases. This land is good. Good for sport. Great beasts roam and many fresh challenge await. When Crad is on hunt, he goes far. Great, good to know. He lets out another short growl. Those rats really seem to like you. Yes. Rat is little thing, which I remember from home. Big rat. Those were great friends. You like little rat because you like big rat? He lets out a happy growl. Big mushy swamp rat, the gayest of little rodent. I hunt as little, then as big. I follow, I learn. Big rat is great hunter. Little rat has much to learn, but they will. They will. That's great. He turns to you and whispers, let's not get too friendly with the rat-loving killer croc, alright? I found this rat. Show him the white rat. The monster stares at you as you hold up the white rat in an uncomfortable grip. Crad sees that. There are 5 of them. They make a lot of noise when they come around. Put the rat back in your pouch. I guess I'll have to find all 5 rats then. But why? It's a quest. Who gave you this quest? I'm not sure. Then you should probably reconsider before you head out on a rat hunting mission. Since nobody has promised you any pay for it. So yeah, think about that. Crad keeps on grilling. Snell, what should we do about the crate situation? Honestly, he whispers to you, it's not a good idea to start shit here. The whole stolen shipments thing is an issue, yes. But the halfways do not have the resources to deal with a solid unit of a beast right now. What if I ask them to stop? The goblin gives you a surprisingly neutral expression. Politely? Very politely. Go ahead. Play high-risk alligator picker. Why not? Come up with a persuasive argument. Double 13s. Plus 10, damn. Right. You're battling against a hungry beast here, But not just that, you're also facing what could only be described as a connoisseur. You're kidding. Not this time. You'll need to offer a bargain. Some better, nicer cooking supplies than the average HWBT stock. Ah, you mean? Oh yes, you mean. Crad, I wish to inform you that you're getting subpar goods here. Subpar? Those crates. They're all from the Halfway Bridge tribe. If you're looking for better goods, I would strongly suggest focusing on another target. The beast leans in and glares at you. Crad wished to know, where would better goods be found? Tell him about the dwarven vessels. They won't miss a few crates. As bad as stealing is, the ones who will miss it the least are the free striders, the trade company. As long as you do not sell to city supply lines, then it is fine. The rest can deal with this beast. There's a warehouse connected to the Ascani Reeds Trading Company. He growls. They have better, fresher goods and more exotic stuff too. You definitely want to focus on them instead of these cheap goblin crates. Maybe Crod will. The supply is getting stale. He turns back to his stove with a deep snicker. Nice job, the goblin whispers to you. That's probably as much as we could have hoped for. Redirection. So, you're a chef, eh? Yes. Cleric is hungry. Crad offer. Slog dog. The beast holds out one of the strange sausage-shaped meat pieces. Slog dog? Slog dog. Slog dog. Stare at the meat. Slog dog. It is slog dog, yes. You want a slog dog, Snell? I'm good. He's never been gooder. Mystery meat. Could contain anything. Beware. What's in it? Meat. I see. The beast holds it out in front of you. Inspect the meat first. You spend a few minutes looking it over. Some signs of aberration meat makes us some more traditional Ascani fauna. You can eat around the more poisonous flesh. At least it does not appear to be meat for many folk. Eat the food. You wrap your gloved hand around the sausage with a firm grip. The slog dog speaks to you. The slog dog wants to be consumed. Gobble it down. It goes down quickly, but the flavor catches up to you quickly. It is harsh, spicy, and rotten. Feel like puking. You groan. The flesh is down, but it might be coming up. A deep cackle escapes the maw of the beast. Crad sees Cleric enjoy slog dog. Does Cleric feel benefit? Benefit? Oh. Huh? Whoa! The spice. It feels strong. That was 66 hit points. Begin shaking. What is happening? Cleric? Good. Slog dog work magic. Crad is master chef. Slog dog is specialty. If Cleric can stomach, Cleric can get strong. Holy shit, I feel. You feel. As if the natural world is growing within your gut. A glorious unity between earth and mammal. The great wave of primal sprouting, springing, dancing, kicking. You are now ready. Ready? Shiver. You're ready to join the wilds of Ascani. This is your path, the natural path. You are a barbarian. Roar. Slam your chest uncontrollably. I'm not going to make that sound. Snell covers one of his ears to protect his hearing. Cleric is energetic. How does Cleric feel? Take a breath. I feel perfectly okay. Average, even. Oh, might be a first for you, I assume. Good. Crad helped Cleric. Like Viskin say. Viskin? Crad cannot say more. He gives you a wide smile. Cleric has friend. Can you tell me more? The crocodile just smiles at you. Ominous. I'm not sure checking out Viskin is a great idea, Cleric. I suggest staying away. Old lady would say the same. But hey, up to you. You should find out more. The Pale Man can teach you much. If anything, the Mortician is probably in need of a stately visit. Of justice. Gotta get some slog dog? Crod is glad to see Cleric eat good. Slog dog is 5 coin. Cleric pay. What do you need money for, Crocodile Man? Tax. Oh. Tithouse is trouble. Viskin will do good mission if tax is paid. Crod assist. That's wholesome? Not really. Good. He might be a murderous monster, but at least he does not dodge the ties. Dodge. The act of not getting hit, you should try. More slog dog? This week's supply has sadly been consumed. Crod is very happy. Cleric will return in the future, yes. Of course, I love slog dogs. Good. Crod does too. Nod your head. I think that'll be it for today. Oh, it says seems like I can be many different classes. Wonder what that one at the very top is. But yeah, seems like that should be all for today. Maybe I'll walk down here for a second. See if I can find anything. What's this? A massive statue in the shape of a minotaur. Yeah, I'll leave it here for today. Pretty interesting, I'd say. I didn't expect to do so much today, but hey, pretty cool. Thanks for anyone who tuned in. Might come back to this tomorrow, might not, depending on if I'm busy or not. Hope everyone has a good day. Peace.